Jeez.
Hey everybody, welcome to Things Are Getting Sketchy. We are having fun on the other side of the camera. Let's bring everybody in. We have with us tonight, we got Mike Rooth,
Hey guys. Thanks
Tkacik,
for having me back.
if he still can hear us, but I think he's frozen at the moment. And Richard Pace for his first evening with us. Gentlemen,
Hello, everyone.
Woohoo!
as you saw in the description, or if you saw in the notification, is Amalgam night. We are doing some. Well, so far, we seem to be doing some good stuff. We'll catch up with Bob in just a second. Sorry, folks. We were watching just Bob's battery just drain on his phone. We saw it drop like 30% in like 5 minutes. We were getting ready to set up here. So let's do a quick round robin. Mike, what's going on? What are you drawing tonight?
Well, it looks kind of funny right now, probably, but I'm drawing dancing Thanoside. Well, he's not dancing, but he looks kind of like he's dancing right now, like he's doing that awkward white guy dance at the grade 9 dance, kind of thing.
Well, that's a wedding dance right there.
Yeah, that's like a white guy wedding dance right there.
Yeah, that's totally a wedding dance, yeah.
That's Thanoside. That is an amalgam of Darkseid and Thanos. It's really just Darkseid with a different set of duds on and slightly more pinkish hue to his skin. And, of course, the chin, which really, when you think about it, Thanos is kind of already Darkseid with a different dress on and whatever, a pinkish hue to his skin. So it's that's what I'm drawing.
All right. Richard, what do you got going on tonight, bud?
I took a really long. I actually chatted with Mike earlier about what characters were amalgam characters. My memory wasn't that good, and I realized they were all terrible. And so I decided I'll kind of cheat and I'll just draw 2 demons. So I'm drawing Mephisto from Marvel and Etrigan the Demon from DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, if you're going to go that route, that's a great route to go. So no complaints.
Have we got Bob back?
I would say, had I even known what Bob was drawing, I would fake it, but no.
Yeah, I didn't get a glimpse at what he was doing, but I know it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
He's doing Moon Boy and Robin.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
Yeah, with Bat Dinosaur.
Nice. Oh, you had us there.
You thought it was serious. I'm never serious.
I got stupid excited about that. I'm like, oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah. There's some weird stuff though in that universe for sure.
Oh God.
Maybe it was a blessing. I didn't actually have any money at that time because I was a student and I was away from my family and living off of a very meager student loan. And I remember, I remember just everyone going on about it. People either loved it or hated it. They were just going bananas for that amalgam stuff. It had just come out kind of the summer or whatever before I left to go to school. So I kind of caught a few things. But I remember just being like, "Wow, what is this?" But there was some interesting stuff. Like today, the one I had thought about doing actually was, and I can still turn this guy into it very easily, was Cyber Croc, which I thought was kind of a cool character because Cyber and Killer Croc, I love both those characters. But really, it would just be, there's not a lot of drawings of Cyber Croc. He's kind of referenced in one of those comics that I think Ty Templeton drew, one of the Batman or the sort of a Batman animated series style Dark Claw books. And he's sort of in a 1-panel flashback where you're talking about Dark Claw's old enemies. And one of them is Cyber Croc rather. And so he looked kind of just the same as Cyber really, except all the exposed parts that would normally be all metal were kind of crocodile parts. But I think Ty kind of drew him with metallic scales, like his arms were scaly like a reptile, but they were like, it was all metal scales, which that was kind of neat. But again, the thumbnail's the size of my thumbnail, so it was really hard to kind of reference them. But anyway, kind of a cool idea. I love both characters.
I think we have officially lost Bob.
No.
Oh.
We hardly knew ye.
I don't think I know Bob at all, so that really applies.
I think there's been a couple times when I've almost been on a show with him. Something like this has happened. But yeah, no, I love his work. I just met him for the first time at Granite Comic-Con, or Granite State Comic-Con back in September there, so, or October, September.
Yeah, when was it? I think that was October, wasn't it? I think it was late. Yeah, I think it was later in the year. It wasn't.
No, I think it's late September because it was shortly after Fan Expo. It was like 3 weeks after Fan Expo, which is the last weekend of August. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like the 20th ish of September. I don't even know what I did that for. Why did I do that? All right. Yeah. Where's my... You still there, Richard? You guys still there?
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, right on. Oh,
trying to make a graphic to cover up the space that was once Bob. It's gonna work, but we're gonna see. I think I've done this before and paid the price. Just muttering under my breath here. Are you taking risks? What's going on here?
Well, I have this kind of masking fluid pen, which I was going to try to do a couple things with, but I know it's kind of picky with some papers, and I'm trying to remember if it likes this blue paper or not. It may or may not, so we'll see. I don't necessarily need it. It's just I kind of wanted to cut this character out with a big black brush, and we'll see. I'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah. How's everyone's weekend going?
I'll be right back. Bob's back. 1 second.
Woohoo!
Do what you gotta do. Meaning keep the conversation going, yeah. Ask about weekends. Do all that stuff. I'll be right back.
Oh, do your job. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be nothing but this.
Dead air. Oh, cricket.
Nice.
Alexa, play ominous music.
I couldn't find any ominous songs. What kind of music do you want to listen to?
Spooky tunes.
Relaxation?
Actually, if we play any music, we'll probably.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Don't get me down that FIFA rabbit hole again. Don't need that shit.
Yeah, we had a show a few weeks back where someone was watching a game, and it ended up shutting down the whole bloody works for a while. So,
yeah, I think we were just being trolled.
Yeah, we might have been.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody was actually listening, but because it was 2 weeks in a row. Because the following week we specifically told everybody, shut off your goddamn TVs, the whole bit, and yeah, I think we were just being trolled.
Yep, it's possible.
Hey, Bob, you want to say something?
Something.
All right.
There he is.
Making sure Bob was coming in.
Yeah, no mask. That's not gonna happen. All right. Screw that then. Anyhow, yeah.
All right, Bob. So since you were gone when we were doing the round robin, what you working on tonight? Unless you don't want to.
I think he's drawing echo because he's silent.
Hold up, 1 second.
Do you ever draw with black wings, Richard? Do you ever?
Yeah, I like the matte pencil if I'm not going to be erasing much.
Right. Yep.
So if I do the rough drawing and translate, because it doesn't erase very well.
No, it doesn't. It's really, really strong. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried a few others. They're a nice pencil to work with, but I got to tell you, I like these. Oh hell, I'm blanking on the name of it. I think the Sakura 0.7 pencils was a nice wide grip.
Oh yeah, those the sumo grip ones or whatever.
Sumo grips,
Yeah, those are nice. I like drawing with
Yeah.
those too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that number 7 size lead too. They also have a number 9, but I find they also make the barrel a bit fatter too, and
Yeah.
I find it's actually kind of too thick in you know. And I've actually crushed them. I have
Yeah.
one here that I have duct taped together because it's a weird big thick pencil, but it's got this little screw together in the center, but it's like a weak point. If you're really getting in there, it's like snap. Just crushed.
Really? Like, is it like
Yeah.
this one?
Sorry.
Is it like this one, Mike?
Yeah, similar. Yeah, mine kind of has more of a fatter end on it though. Like the barrel, the plastic barrel itself is much bigger. But see if I can find mine. Where'd it go? Toss it in a drawer around here a little while ago. No, it's a good little pencil though. I like it. I buy them and then I put them away and then I can't remember where I put them. Good stuff. Yeah, I probably have one around here that I duct tape. Weird. Anyhow, yeah. Bob, did you ever read any of this? Is Bob with us still? Yeah.
He's with us, but I'm not sure if his audio is working or not on whatever he's filming with.
Oh, okay.
Because I am not picking up anything from him. Yeah, I'm texting him real quick.
So, do you recall ever reading any of the Amalgam stuff, Richard, back when it was coming out?
I picked up Doctor Strange Fate because it had Garcia Lopez inked by Kevin Nolan.
Yeah, crazy.
I think that was it. I think everything else was so just painfully stupid.
Oh yeah, it was a huge cash grab, but
yeah,
so 90s.
Yeah,
I think I remember kind of avoiding it a little bit because I was still mad about the DC and Marvel crossover that had so much potential and could have been so much better than it was. In some respects, you know what I mean. There was some stuff that was cool about it. There was some great moments, but it was just such a blatant,
Well, you know, a cash grab and a needed because at that time both Marvel and DC were at like low points for.
Oh yeah, everyone was getting killed in those days for sure.
Yeah, sales and everything. So, so that, and of course that just ignited huge sales. But I agree, the story was kind of obviously just letting the fan base get their moment because I'm still bitter about the Lobo Wolverine fight.
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that whole event was the amount of people who called it Amalgam.
Amalgam, nice. Because we didn't have Google pronounce to tell us properly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Amalgam. Lisa needs braces. Amalgam. Lisa needs braces. Sorry.
What the fuck is that?
It was just a bad Simpsons reference. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The dental plan. Lisa needs braces. Anyway, never mind. Fuck. Doesn't matter. Shit.
One second. I'm gonna try to help Bob here.
Yeah. Erica and I have days where we speak almost exclusively in Simpsons references back and forth, and understand everything. So it's just something that naturally flies out sometimes.
Yeah.
It's,
And that's why you're the best couple in comics.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, man.
As long as it's like before season 20, I would get the references, but
Yeah, you know what? I've missed so much, man. And there's part of me that wants to believe it's still great, in every way, but because I just loved the show, but I honestly, I'm super behind. I honestly can't remember. I stopped watching it regularly when we kind of stopped having free cable TV. We moved into a place for like it's 8 months we had free cable TV, and we were like Simpsons every week, and then then there was nothing for like a long, long time. So I got years behind on that show. We've been rewatching Seinfeld lately, and man, that is it's a wonderful show, and it's such a trip through time now. The jokes and just so many things are so different now that it's a really weird experience to watch some of it now.
Can you actually see what I'm doing here, or is it like too late?
No, we can see it. Totally see it.
Oh yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
All right.
One second. Sorry, I keep having to do tech support and all this fun stuff.
I'm just drawing everything, and hopefully something will stick.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. This whole week has been thumbnailing some of the more difficult pages in the book that I'm drawing, and it's sometimes you don't feel like you've actually gotten very much done, because at the end of the day you've just got this pile of scribbles, but you've done so much and you've achieved so many victories in that mess that's on a page, because you figured it out, and it just looks like a total madman's scribbling, but there's something kind of awesome, when you can feel it. It's just getting that to the next stage is always it's always the hard part, the real drawing part. But sometimes there's a great energy and a great it's just one of those things where you don't feel like you're getting anything done, but you're actually putting in the time. It's just it's the stuff that's hard to plan for. There's a million solutions for every page, so that's I think that's the issue. You got to try to explore things. You want to have the most impactful thing, and that can be like, you have a great job though when you're asking yourself a question like, should I have him impale the werewolf with the empty machine gun down its throat, or should he impale it through the bullet holes that the bullets made? And this is the thing.
Actually, Mike, could you start over again, because I missed most of that?
Oh. Oh man.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, should have, but couldn't. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's good to the amount of play we get to do if we're doing our job right.
Yeah. You have to explore them. You have to try it out. And sometimes you're angry that you have to abandon something that will work, but you just hold on to it for another day, because there's always a better solution, and it might not be that first gesture that jumps out at you.
Yeah.
It's a nice, it's a nice thing sometimes, nice problem to have sometimes, but it can also be a daunting challenge too.
Anybody hearing anything yet?
Hey, is that Bob?
Yeah.
No, can you hear me now?
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay.
There he is.
so much. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, that's all right.
It will reflect in your paycheck.
I get like cold sweats and like all nervous. Like, how do I even make this do the thing that it's supposed to do? Okay. All right, you guys can still.
Yep. You're coming in.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that delay.
No worries.
To answer your question from earlier that apparently couldn't hear, drawing Dr. Doomsday.
Oh, nice. I had thought about him today, actually. I had thought about drawing him.
That's cool.
Very cool.
I don't know anything about Amalgam characters.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you had read any of them. Yeah, that's cool, man. It's,
Not a single one.
it was a moment. It was a moment for sure. It was a moment. I like the Submariner and Aquaman fight in the crossover that ultimately led to Amalgam stuff, but that was just funny.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite moment of it.
Yeah, I mean that's really all that was just a couple of like funny moments and then some disappointing like, oh fuck yous. Yeah, that would never happen. You're crazy if you think that would happen. You know, that kind of stuff.
But just that eat shit look that Aquaman has as Namor is about to get splattered by the orca.
Yeah,
it's
so great.
It's perfect. Because if I remember correctly, like Namor was monologuing, pretty heavily, Namor style,
as he does. Yes,
yeah. And then just that look and wow,
that's beautiful.
All right, so now that we got everything kind of. Oh, hey Ryan, thanks for watching on Twitch, man. Yeah, that's the best way to watch it. Honestly, it's has the best resolution. Just unfortunately, the chat isn't as great as it is for Facebook for everyone to talk to each other. So, but yeah, thanks for joining us on Twitch, Ryan. But real quick, well, now that we got all the technical issues aside, we can stop looking at art and do a quick commercial. Just let everybody know we are 48 hours away from finishing up our Kickstarter. And, while we've met the goal, thank you all very much. We are $46 away from reaching that last Nostalgia Bomb stretch goal where everybody can get the pins and the stickers from the volume 1 and 2 sets. But yeah, so again, thank you everybody who has contributed and spread the word. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Can't wait. It's such a nice looking book.
And I'm stoked for this one's spread, the middle page spread. So, because it's going to be the TMNT one that Paul did, where the nice. The foot ninjas are in the foreground. Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be crazy. I love it. That's a good call. Yeah, they're nice. You're getting them printed at the same place?
Yeah.
Same thing? Yep.
And I talked to him about the cover, so we are going to hopefully be able to get, better ink on the cover, so it'll take your guys' drawings better. It won't be as
something
thick.
like maybe more like a matte finish or just something that's a drier finish than that what we had yet.
Yeah. And instead of using 100-pound paper, we'll use actual board stock, so it should absorb it better. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
Or cardstock, sorry.
Sweet.
Yeah, now on to volume 4. Let's slow down, Rob. Let's
appreciate the enthusiasm, brother.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Let's get some breathing room on 3.
Yeah.
So, and I figured what we would do this year instead of like last year where we started off the new season doing the covers, that we would run like a couple special live streams during the summer to do the live sketch covers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That way we can kick off the new season with, new art, not have to do, covers for the books and stuff.
Oh, that's a good call, actually. That makes sense.
So are you going to C2E2 or no, Mike?
I'm not going. No, I was going to. I had a table lined up and stuff, but it just the trip itself is just too much to do. So I unfortunately had to back out of that one. I really wanted to go, but I got to save up for for Granite and shows like that as well. So
Mhm.
I want to do some shows out east if I can, yeah. So wish I was going. Should be a fun show.
Well, I mean,
I
I
think
just get to be selfish now because you were 50-50 on one of the nights because of it. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's actually true.
And for
What
those of
night
you,
was that going to be? What was the theme on that? Do you remember?
it was a coaster night.
Oh, Coaster Night. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and which brings it into what I was about to talk about is so next week we are back with our first coaster night of 2023. So we will have the sign up list on Facebook on the Facebook page. So anybody who wants to get their coasters finished or get a collection going or round out their collection, it's gonna be a big night too. We got Stephen King's back. Bob's gonna be in.
Nice.
Dan is up. Camilo is coming in, and Nathan Phillips. So
Excellent.
yeah, it'll be a full house for that one.
Yeah, Coaster Nights are fun.
I got things to work with here. Oh, sorry, interrupted. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, interrupt away.
I was talking out loud there.
That's usually how you do talk.
You're thinking silently.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go.
Let me just start with this.
Man, Richard, that is insane what you're putting on there. Is that 11 by 17 or what size is that?
11 by 17, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that is beautiful.
Well, I've been looking at a lot of Topi again, so you kind of go where your inspiration is at any given moment.
For sure.
So, you guys watch anything good this week, or anything good, or anything on Disney Plus? Those are two different categories.
Anything good? I'm trying to think of anything good.
Last of Us
something
latest
for-
episode.
What's that?
The Last of Us latest episode aired early.
I heard that's a great show. I haven't seen that yet. I never played the video game or anything, but I heard it's a very good show.
It's a show.
Yeah, I never played it either.
It's a show. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just giving my normal commentary and saying it's a show.
It is.
I just finished playing through the game again because I'm waiting for the show to be all out so I can watch it all at once. Because I'm
Gotcha. Yeah.
really bad with that, like waiting for things to come out.
I find when they're this good, I much prefer to have that time between the episodes. It's
Well, that's a
it's
good
when they're
point.
kind of good, but you just want to see it's over. I can wait till it's done and binge.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but when it's this good, I savor them. I appreciate the delay, and then it's like, oh, yeah, new installment. It's one of the things. I think it's the failing of Netflix is that everything they do is all at once.
Yeah. It's I agree. There's something nice about that. I mean, it's like when I was watching Breaking Bad. It's
Yeah.
I was able to binge the first whatever it was 4 seasons at the time, and
Yeah.
I did. But I still found with that show or shows that are really good like that. I can only do one episode because 2 kind of was too much to endure. Too much
Yeah.
to endure, too much good to endure sometimes, too much awesome or too much intensity or whatever. And
Yeah.
that's a show that just escalates with every episode. So if you watch 2, you're really revved up before bed sometimes, not in a good way. But yeah. I always see stuff super late. Like yesterday I watched, finally, Despite many warnings, I watched Black Adam, which
It's a movie.
it's a movie. I wanted to like it more than I did, but the things that I thought I was going to like about it, I did like about it. I had seen some early stuff about Hawkman, and I loved the character, and I thought the Hawkman stuff was really good. I'm a Pierce Brosnan guy, so Eric is a big fan of his. So if he's a bridge to get Erica to watch a superhero movie with me, then that's a bridge I'll take all day. And I thought the Dr. Fate stuff was kind of cool. I thought The Rock, despite the weird quippy bits of funny that Black Adam's not really known for, I thought it was still pretty good. I just can't understand why the entire and Erica would, like, every few minutes she'd be like, "Oh my god, why?" Because every action scene in the movie is done in slow motion. Every single one, every single one.
That's hard, man.
And it's just like, okay, like, I don't know. It was just, when you use slow motion in the film, it's a device to create focus or attention, or to literally slow something down that you need everyone to see what's going on or whatever. But when it's every single blow that's punched, every single, with the exception of him zipping around knocking out soldiers or whatever, everything else was just like insane dramatic slow-mo craziness that I didn't understand why. But anyway, sorry.
Oh no, you're much kinder to that movie than I am. I described it as the monster truck equivalent of a cinematic experience.
Yeah, I mean, there's something always exploding or yelling. Yeah. There's always something.
Yeah, just heavy shit hitting each other until it's over.
Yeah.
It was a Godzilla movie just with superheroes instead of kaiju.
Yeah. I think it could have done without Atom Smasher entirely. They did nothing with any of that, and I don't know.
Honestly, what they could have done or should have done, in my opinion, would have been not bringing the JSA until the end battle. Like, that should have been the end battle. Like, we should have seen Black Adam as Black Adam. Just the Doctor Doom type attitude of, I'm going to correct this the way it should be corrected, my way. And, show him taking over with the iron fist that Black Adam has. And then the JSA comes in to, basically fight him. He realizes that he's wrong. They capture him, take him back to the prison.
Oh, he wouldn't realize he's wrong.
Oh, no, he would. He give it, or they beat him, some way like that. But I mean, the movie needs to end with him in prison, and then the big bad showing up, and JSA realizing they're going to have to release Black Adam. And then you got your sequel.
But they have Superman. See, the problem is they would never release Black Adam. The movie was so badly written.
No, they would have to, because Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, they have Superman.
No, Superman.
Why do they need Black Adam if they have Superman?
Because
I mean, it's like, he wasn't available to fight the world-ending enemy, but he was there to make a video call.
Well, no, I mean, I'll tell you exactly why. They couldn't use Superman, and why I was annoyed that Superman showed up instead of Captain Marvel. Is Sabak would eat fucking Superman's breakfast. Sabak is magic.
No, but okay, but what I'm saying is, in logic of a shared universe, if you're the never before seen Justice Society, such a great name for a movie to show up out of nowhere, and and you're connected with Amanda Waller and everything else, and you go, oh, this is a big world-ending threat. Who do you call? Nobleman? You call no one? You have Superman. I mean, it's like, yeah, you know what? They should have called Superman. And then you know what to do? You have Superman get his ass handed to him. Then they release Black Adam.
And that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's what they would have to do.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, guys. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because that's what I say. They wouldn't automatically just release Black Adam. They would have no choice.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I had no idea who Sabak was. I'd never heard of the character. And true to form, another DC film with a terrible, terrible main bad guy.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
why couldn't they have had an actor play that guy? Like, why couldn't you have had someone play that instead of just had this like completely straight from a cinematic moment of a video game animation of a weird looking just. I honestly did not feel anything for that character because he wasn't there.
Well, yeah,
and I you
And-
know,
and the story was just so jammed together. Like, so what they gave us was 2 movies worth of, movie in one, and they condensed it down so much. Because other than the goofy humor to it, I enjoyed Atom Smasher and I want to say Wisp, but I know that's not right. Cyclone.
yeah.
I mean, like, I enjoyed everybody in the JSA. I was like, okay, I want the JSA movie. I don't want, or at least just bring them in at the end, be more mysterious with them, because you got Dr. Fate, and Hawkman coming in and just deliver an absolute ass whooping, and use trickery to capture Black Adam. And then, like I said, then we find Sabak is still on the loose, blah, blah, blah. Second movie, how Superman or Captain Marvel come in and just getting their ass handed to them, and they reluctantly have to release Black Adam.
Right.
But I mean, just all the shit with the, like, the reason I said it was like a kaiju movie is the mass destruction, the having to have a kid running around for reasons,
Yeah.
Because I mean, I can't come up with any of the other why he would be there.
Such a terrible actor.
Oh,
Such a terrible actor.
yeah. And it was a movie that I desperately wanted to do well, because I love Captain Marvel, I love Black Adam, like, I love JSA.
Yeah.
It's all good, but man, just
Yeah.
did not get the treatment. And it didn't help too that Warner Brothers knew they were selling to Discovery, and they were just fulfilling obligation.
Yeah. I thought Viola Davis as a Waller is just an absolute home run. I think she's
She's
so great.
perfect.
Did you guys happen to see Woman King?
Not yet, no.
Oh man, I love that
Is it a-
friggin' movie.
What
It is
what
great.
platform is it on?
Where did we watch that, Erica? Was it Prime? It might have been Prime. Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to check Prime then. Yeah, no, I
It might have
didn't.
been Prime.
I didn't realize it was on a platform yet. Yeah, because I do want to see it, but I don't go to movies.
I think I think it was like at that $7 like rental level or something. So we were like, oh, look at that. I didn't even know we could get it. And we were like, oh, I wonder if it's available. And we clicked on it. I was like, oh, we can have it for $7. So yeah, I thought it was great.
I'm
really
a more
enjoyed
patient man, and Scottish. I ain't giving up my $7 when I'm already paying, $119 a year for Amazon.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, eventually they do come out for free, eventually, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, hey,
What
Nathan.
was so annoying about Black Adam was when a couple of weeks ago we tried to watch it and we saw that you could, it's on Prime, and then it was like, oh, we can buy it for $30 or we can rent it for $6, we could rent it for $0, and I'm like, rent it for $0? Of course I'm gonna rent it for $0. So I did that, and it played the first 6 minutes of that film, which if you go back and watch the first 6 minutes of that film, they're actually kind of discordant and hard to watch, and the narration's not great, and there's like a lot of stuff that you kind of, I as an old guy, I guess, struggle to hear it a little bit with my ears, but I was having a hard time with the first 5 or 6 minutes of the film, and then it just stops, and then you realize what they've actually given you is just a preview, but they didn't give you a cool preview. They gave you the first 6 minutes of the film, which kind of doesn't really take you anywhere.
And I just want to point out that if you're into 6 to 10 minutes of a film and they have to narrate, you're not in a good film.
Yeah.
I mean, it might as well be that bullshit where they show you something and then they go 36 hours earlier. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't tell your story linear, I don't want to watch it.
I don't mind flashbacks if they're smart. I mean, Pulp Fiction is nothing but flashback.
Well, that's more scene jump than flashback, because you're getting the story put together. But like, I'm talking like okay, so one of my favorite movies, Atomic Blonde. I absolutely hate how they start that movie, because everything else in that movie means nothing. other than you're just now kind of watching how she got there, because you have absolutely no concern or worry because she's in that interrogation room with all 10 fingers. She's talking, she's coherent. So it's like, okay, so all this stuff that's happening to her means nothing. It's more or less a bad day.
You'd watch a Charlize Theron-led movie and think that something would happen to her?
Have you seen Monster?
Okay, let me rephrase that. You would see an action franchise movie led by Charlize Theron, and you think she'd lose fingers along the way?
I think she would if the script was worth it. Mad Max, she lost a complete arm. I mean, obviously,
that was before the movie started.
I understand that, but no, technically, she lost that arm because it came off in a fight.
Dude, I'm just gonna keep busting your balls as long as you let me, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I'm happy, to tell you how wrong you are. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
Because Charlize Theron.
Well, we're gonna get serious, son. We're gonna get serious.
All right, fine. I'll move it on to Bob Odenkirk, Mr. Nobody. Same exact thing.
Oh, I love that movie.
Again, it would have been. And how much better would that movie have been if the first 5 minutes didn't exist?
I don't know, man. I needed to see where he got that fucking cat.
But you could see that. You could see him getting that cat in a linear story, but also
you could.
And
but there's a certain little bit of tease that we got to have.
But
was like
the tease of a cat does not compare to the fact that he survives.
Yeah, well,
because you
I don't go into John Wick thinking that Keanu Reeves is going to die. I don't go into.
Okay, but John Wick is a series. Had you gone into John Wick 1 and
was John Wick a series in the first movie?
No, it wasn't.
But I knew it was. I part of it's the meta thing of understanding how movies get made.
Oh yeah,
and how they make decisions, right? Once you know them, you can't escape them.
You're talking to a guy who does this for a living. Yes, I understand that part.
Yeah,
but every now and then you'll get surprised. But at the same point, if you know character A is sitting in a room 36 hours from the point of the story technically starting.
Yeah.
95% of the interest in that character is gone. It's
I don't necessarily agree with that, but
okay. I mean,
then I think about 95% of Hollywood-driven movies
are garbage.
Are driven by the understanding that your leads aren't going to have shit happen to them. I mean, there's a reason why Ned Stark dying at the end of Game of Thrones was a big surprise because no one expects it. If everyone starts just killing off and savagely beating everyone, then it's no longer a surprise. It's like, oh, I wonder how they're going to destroy this motherfucker.
But okay, so
am I allowed to say motherfucker?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The whole bit, yeah. I mean, sure. Now you're using that type of logic to justify them not doing anything of value. So if you know from the beginning, you're just like, oh, okay, they're just going to do a Hollywood normal piece. But if you go in,
it is a Hollywood piece.
But sometimes you'll get a surprise. An Ed Norton will die, or fucking Charlize.
Well, I'm okay with Ed Norton dying.
Oh my God, it's like talking to my brother here. I won't actually listen to anything. I'm just going to keep spouting and moving the fucking goalpost.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do. And I understand there's a sloppiness to so much of standard Hollywood where it's like, but what bothers me more is when they play at, oh, our character's at risk, but we actually know he's never at risk or she's never at risk. So we understand it's right off the bat. It's like the only people who are at risk are supporting characters and all the villains. How are they going to die? And that's what we go in with, because it's the standard stupid Hollywood formula of well, we know there might be a franchise. If Mr. Nobody's a big hit, we're going to have a franchise. We can't kill Bob Odenkirk.
Yes and no. They'll find a way to bring the character back. I mean, I will present you Exhibit A, fucking Avatar 2,
which I still haven't seen and have no interest in.
Well, I've never seen Avatar 1, but I know in Avatar 2 that the main bad guy is back, even though he took like a fucking sword or metal pole or something right through his chest, through the mech. So but they're like, hey, but yeah. So I mean, that was just one of those things that, no, if they make a movie that all of a sudden becomes a huge success and then they decide we're going to make sequels off it, they'll find a way to bring the hero back. So
Okay, so what you're saying is there are no stakes. You're upset when they don't play around with stakes, but there are no stakes.
No, I want there to be stakes. Don't get me wrong. I'm upset
when you said there are no stakes.
No. I'm giving you No, let me finish, Vaughn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start calling.
Bad guy dies. They brought him back anyway.
I'm starting to call you Vaughn because you're my brother at the moment. Because you're not letting me finish my sentence.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm saying that's what they do. I'm saying it's garbage and I don't like it, but I'm saying that it's what they do. But if they are going to do that, which I don't want them to do, at least. But at least kill some people off, because again, make a good movie, and then if it succeeds, move on. If it doesn't, at least you made a good movie. You're not. I can watch a movie and tell if it's planned for a sequel and it sucks. Because it's just like reading a comic book.
But I don't necessarily think that is the defining barometer. I mean, you've just described they should have stakes. But it doesn't matter if that's stakes, because if it's successful, they're going to do a sequel and the stakes don't matter anymore.
Not every time. I mean,
but I'm saying a well-written movie doesn't matter if it's linear or not.
No,
because too many really good movies that are non-linear,
and they're not good. Other than Pulp Fiction, which is sort of it's not a great movie, but if
we're gonna have to disagree there.
Yeah, no, I'm just baiting on that one. I'm not talking about not full non-linear movies, because there are good full non-linear movies where you're telling pieces at a time. Yeah. I'm talking specifically about the lazy writing skill of, I'm going to give you this stupid teaser of every one of those scenes might as well have the record scratch and then the freeze frame and then the narrative of wondering how I got here. That type of bullshit, because every one of those things tells me that I don't need to be invested in this character anymore.
That's not how character investment works, though.
If you know the character is going to survive something, and that they're at the end of their story, or at least 3/4 of their story. That's not how character investment works. Character investment is the audience caring about the character. Yes, and I don't care about that character at that point. I want to know everything from that point on.
Okay, just because you want people to die.
No, I don't want them to die.
Necessarily mean
I don't want them to die. I just don't want you to tell me that this character lives for the next 36 hours and then try to throw them through a meat grinder to sit there and go, ooh, it's dangerous for them. And it's like, I know that they're. It's like a prequel.
Was a bad movie. So Rocky was a bad movie.
The original Rocky.
Yeah, was it a bad movie?
He
lived.
I got to go back and watch it. I honestly, I don't.
Yeah, he lives.
I don't remember the opening. What's the opening on that one?
No. I'm just saying, he lives. Again, you were saying if you don't know the character doesn't have a chance of surviving to the end of the movie.
You are putting a specific qualifier on living and dying. I am talking about knowing a person's position in time and space, and then doing the rewind of 36 hours. Because everything that leads up to that 36
hours. Which I think is a literary device.
It's a lazy literary device.
No, it's an overused literary device.
Two things can be right at the same time.
Yes.
And then I will counter with Rocky 3. Apollo Creed getting killed.
Yeah, no one's saying it's a good movie. No one's saying that's a good movie.
But Apollo Creed getting killed in that movie.
No one's saying it's a good movie. We're talking about good movies where people don't die.
See, you're trying to put words in my mouth in this argument, and that's not anything I ever said.
No, I'm running with your argument.
No, my argument has nothing to do with living and dying. It has to do with linear storytelling and jumping storytelling. It's a complete different conversation.
You're parsing. You're trying to exclude things that you already said.
No,
So
no.
the idea
No. I never said anything about people having to die to make it a good movie. I am talking about time space jumping. If
knowing
you were telling me a
they
person,
survive. Knowing they survive.
no, okay, you're using the specific term of surviving. I'm using the specific term of how they got there.
All right. Okay. What do you think about Chekhov's guide on the gun on the wall?
Oh, Chekhov's gun? It's the same thing
Yeah.
as it could be Chekhov's peanut butter. I mean, if you are specifically going to show it and show a focus to it, yes, it needs to go off in the third act. Because there are a lot of movies that do that red herring bullshit, and it's just dumb.
Yeah. But there's a lot of movies that do it, and it works.
Where they show
There
Chekhov.
are no hard and fast rules whether or not a good movie is a good movie because of a specific thing that sets you off.
That's opinion.
Well, okay,
I mean, because
your
again,
opinion is-
obviously, good movies are opinion too. I mean, because I have movies that I think are good that you probably won't think are good, and etc. But again,
it depends on the movie.
Again, we're getting right into that of yes, that's an opinion. But going with Chekhov's gun, if you're going to specifically show an item, a thing, an event, and there's no callback to it, I mean, if it doesn't push the story forward or have any relevance to it, you're just using filler.
Yeah.
It might as well be a sex scene.
Okay, so my defense of the cold open with the necessary flash forward, you now have a character who is sympathetic. You don't know anything about him. He's in a prison station with a cat and a cigarette, and he's being interrogated, and you don't know why.
And
it's a mystery box situation, which I'm not a huge fan of the mystery box as the de facto approach to storytelling. It seems in most adventure films right now. But what it does is it creates interest. How the hell did he get here? We don't care necessarily whether or not he lives or dies in the story. We now care, how the hell did he get here? If it's an interesting enough premise, the audience is immediately engaged.
Yes and no. I mean, I don't agree with that. I could see your point of view on that if that's how you like it.
Yeah.
But would you follow that scene up then with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds worth of repeated cut scenes of mundane morning and afternoon and work habits? Because
establishing how mundane his life is?
Yeah, but why, are you afraid to start the movie that way because you think that people will be like, oh, what's going on here? They'd be too bored.
All right, well, then the question is, do they care about the mundane life that suddenly has something happen to it? Or we know something's happened and we're establishing how bland and blasé and mundane and boring his life is. How the hell did he get from where we see him in the beginning from the point we see next, where he's living this incredibly boring, repetitive, drudge-driven life?
Now, see, to me, that you just took the pace right and the air right out of the story. It's like, okay. I mean, you might as well be Peter Griffin grabbing his knee after he scrapes it, doing that for 3.5 minutes because you're just trying to find filler. It doesn't.
I would rather see any of that character building as filler.
I would see it. If you started the movie with that, it would be more character building for me because I would see that character going, okay, we're establishing this character right up the bat that his life is boring as fuck and he hates it. We don't know why he hates it yet. And then we start getting into seeing him getting more and more agitated with stuff. That's character building because you actually gave a character a starting point, a real starting point, and push forward to where we travel with him in his story to see him to his breaking point, rather than seeing it 36 hours earlier and going, okay, when are we going to get to the breaking point? Okay, when are we going to get back to, the current status? Like, is this the actual end or are we 3/4 of the way through? It's a delay tactic to get us to that, what some producers and executives think is a more interesting point of the movie.
Okay, so a whole bunch of people who make movies think that's the most interesting way, and a bunch of movies have that at the start and they're incredibly successful.
Okay. All right. So
Right? I mean,
no. I'm going down your logic. I'm just going to take a breath to, stop rolling my eyes on it, because that does make me roll my eyes, because we've got. You're saying that just because they're the ones doing it, they're the ones doing it right. At the same point,
I didn't say that. I said they're doing it because it's been successful.
Because there's no other alternative.
So there's always alternatives. If I remember correctly, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie started them in middle of therapy.
And again, I wasn't a big fan of that.
No, but it wasn't a flash forward or anything. They actually followed from therapy, and then you find out their backstory later in the film.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're incredibly dangerous, killers.
Yeah.
And you don't know that, right? I mean, you know that from the PR from the movie.
Yeah,
but
there's no flashback.
They did what you kind of wanted to do.
Yeah, they started at a start point. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I can't use that as a point of argument on it, because they didn't flash back to anything on that, or do the whole 36 hours later thing. Or did they?
No, they didn't do that with the girls. I mean, they eventually had to show how they became a couple as their assassins, and
that's fine. Flashbacks are fine if the storytelling works. Like, case example, Bullet Train. Have you seen Bullet Train?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I mean, I'm not declaring that as a great movie. It's a very fun movie.
It was an okay movie.
Yeah,
it was an okay movie.
I enjoyed it. It's a fun movie, but I'm not putting it as like, this is great storytelling.
Yeah,
but we got some flashbacks to kind of give us a little bit of their character, development, like with Lemon and Tangerine. And I can't remember if they did with anybody else, but anyway, and that was just filling to kind of give us a little quirky background, because they're arguing about a story, but it gave you a little bit about the characters, like how they handle. But it wasn't that was a flashback. That wasn't a time jump or a time reverse jump. These are the things I'm arguing about, because we already know they're there. Mm-hmm. We, but we're not being put into a situation where we think that, maybe they couldn't be there. It was a, flashback to give a little bit of character development. Totally fine with that.
Well, that movie was full of flashbacks.
Yeah, I couldn't. That's the only one I could think about off the top of my head. I couldn't remember if there was other flashbacks or not.
Oh, there's flashbacks to when Brad Pitt first ruffles the feathers of that hitman. Because he's not the hitman thinks he's the one who killed everyone, but it turns out to be the poisoner. What's her name?
At the wedding.
Domino.
Yeah. But again, those were all flashbacks. They weren't time jumps. That's a difference. It's a different storytelling. Both. Oh wait, sorry, I got someone in here. Both Knives Out movies use flashback to show things from other perspective, and it's all. Again, those are flashbacks. Flashbacks and time jumps are different. And it almost sounds like the Book of Boba Fett. Oof. Really want to get us angry. Let's talk about the Book of Boba Fett. Wait.
That was just a terrible set.
Okay, all right, we agree on that one. Okay, good. I was just about to say.
But the corollary then is the first few seasons of Lost.
Oh, I hated
used time jumps.
I was out of Lost before the first season was over. I was so done with that show. Because I could tell that the writers didn't know what they were doing.
Oh yeah. That was patently obvious. I wanted to see how they worked their way out.
Oh, I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't. That's all I can say about it. I was so annoyed by that show. God, even now I'm still traumatized by that show. And then I found out in a meeting once how that show came about, and it's even more tragic. Because it was originally meant to be a survival competition show. When I say not survival competition, but a competition to the show Survivor. And so all this stuff was designed by, we'll say scientists or whatever. They supposedly had, people on staff coming up with these, like, what could survive on the island, blah, blah, blah. And it didn't take off. Then Abrams got a hold of it and went, oh, this could make great sci-fi. And of course, the rest is history. So, yeah. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to grab another drink. What happened there?
No, it's just like I was busting your balls. I wasn't really serious in any of that shit, man.
Oh, I don't care. I mean, I'll have these conversations all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Don't worry. There was no offense taken.
Well, I didn't think I was offending you at all. It was just so much fun because it felt like you were getting a little worked up, which I thought was kind of fun. So
That's your catnip, I know. Turn around and see what you guys are doing. I've got back to you. Whoa, crazy.
And Richard, that was a good thing, actually, because it's been a while since I've had a chance to give a good rant on any movie or TV show. So,
yeah, normally he just destroys everybody. So,
so yes, it was a good conversation.
all right, great.
Yeah. No. I actually enjoy being challenged on, because again, I go into things saying that, because like, back this up just a bit, because like I know the difference. Like when I
Hold it. Are you backing up or time jumping?
No, I'm backing up to correct something I was about to say. But 15 minutes earlier, like because I constantly will like put the asterisk on a movie that I enjoyed, whether because I enjoy certain movies that are just not good movies. I mean, they're just qualified not good movies. But it's like when I see people like do the whole, this is such a great movie, I'm like, oh, sure you enjoyed it, but calling it a great movie, I mean, that's a stretch, or a TV show or whatever. It's like, let's just be honest about it, and like, it hit my nostalgia button, or it's something that I really enjoy, but it's not necessarily good.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, for example, I enjoyed Sucker Punch when it first came out. Terrible movie. Terrible movie. Terrible movie. But it hit all the things. Like I really wanted to see Giant Samurais with M60s. I never saw that before. I've seen it now.
Yeah. Because that's a movie that I just cannot stand. And
no, it's terrible. I can't watch it again.
Yeah. But like, there's so many people that are like, oh, this is such a good movie. And I'm like, you can maybe enjoy it, but you had to say it's a good movie. Yeah, I was like, but you're right. There were some scenes that are like, oh, that's just making the 12-year-old brain of mine just trigger and yay, I want that as a toy now. But
yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna share this one. I haven't shared this yet.
Oh, Richard, real quick before you share that.
Yeah.
Richard, have you watched Velocipaster?
What?
Velocipaster.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, we may have to stop the stream real quick for 90 minutes so Richard can watch this movie. When you have 90 minutes to spare for one of the best bad movies ever, watch Velocipaster. It is like, it knows what it is and it leans into it, and it's not bad like Asylum Pictures bad. It's bad because it was a student film that the student was asked how much it would cost to finish the film out, and he way underpriced it, and his family and friends gave him that money, so he had to fulfill the obligation. And it's just a thing of beauty. It's so bad. Like 97 seconds into the movie is like my favorite scene, where they had no budget for pyrotechnics, so they just put a slate saying what you're supposed to be seeing.
It's
oh my god!
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is. It's one of my top 10 movies, and it is just absolute a bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alicia said she knew, as soon as I was saying it, she knew we were about to discuss Velocipaster. Yeah.
Velocipaster.
Oh yeah. Velocipaster. Sorry.
Oh god, yeah, I've heard of that. Oh my god,
you have to watch it, dude.
Oh, I don't know if I can bring myself to do that.
No, really,
I have. when I first got Amazon Prime, I went, "Oh my God, I can see all the bad movies I want," and then I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to see any more bad movies, man.
But you didn't see this one.
I'm telling you, you are gonna laugh out loud at this one because it's just.
Oh,
so,
it's yeah.
I've
Yeah,
got
it's
I've got
fantastic.
pictures on my phone from when I finally got Mike and Erica to watch it, and Mike sent me pictures. Erica is just tears running out of her eyes, and just yeah.
It's just hysterically bad. It's so good. It's so good for that. And the final fight scene, like everything is just so incredible about that movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Bob?
No,
Oh,
I
dude.
did just finally see it available on streaming though, so I'm gonna be checking it out pretty soon. I love
yeah.
movies.
Okay. And here's like a great bad use of flashbacks in that movie. When they do the big reveal, they do it in flashback forms, and of course it's so obvious that it could not have been the way we saw the original scenes. But they shot the scenes identically, but then there's another person in the new scenes. And it's just like, oh, perfect. Like they're trying to pull a big "we got you," and it's like, but they know that they didn't get us. They're just doing it purposely like this. They're basically doing the J.J. Abrams with Star Trek, the second Star Trek movie, but
Oh God.
Yes, everything will come back around to J.J. Abrams. If I can drag him through the mud, it will.
I can endorse that. I can really, really endorse that.
Okay. Hey, J.U.F. Clark said much love to Mike Rooth. So.
Oh, hey, thanks, man. The unknown factor.
I'm jealous. Mike gets all the love.
Well,
Mike, give me some love.
He's a regular on the show, man. You got to become a regular, and boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I come regular ever since the pandemic started. Oh wait, hold it. Never mind.
Yeah, wrong website. We're not on Pornhub yet.
Yet.
Yeah. I'm still trying to get the live stream on there, but haven't been approved.
That's a whole other art show.
Mike, what were you going to show off before I cut you off?
I don't remember, man. Just now?
You
Is
said
that my fault?
No, it was mine because
No, not at all. No.
I had to talk about Velocipaster, and Mike was just about to say, "Oh, I haven't shown this off yet."
Oh no, I haven't shared this on Facebook. I was just sharing the video, the stream. Yeah, that's all. Sorry, I realized we were about an hour into this, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't shared it yet. So.
Oh, is there a link?
Yeah, the
Just share
things
it
are
for
getting
people?
sketchy. The things are getting sketchy. Facebook page. You can just the video plays there. You can just share it from Facebook if that's handy for you.
Oh, I don't think I have that. I don't think that was sent to me yet.
Well, I guess you don't follow the Things Are Getting Sketchy Facebook page. All right.
I was on Instagram. I didn't know there was a Facebook page.
Yeah, we do mainly everything on Facebook just because it's easier for people to chat.
Yeah.
I prefer Twitch for the broadband stream and the quality of the resolution, but Twitch isn't as good to like communicate or chat with everybody. I'll send you the link here.
Okay. Well, I have a gut feeling I will screw up my streaming if I start jumping out and doing other stuff.
Oh yeah, let's not do that.
Oh yeah, no,
So
totally.
let's because I'm doing one. When's the next one I'm doing? Is that right on my calendar yet? I think you have me doing the Swamp Thing or Hellboy thing.
Yeah, I'm looking it up here. I think it's the Swamp Thing night.
Oh, the Arbor Day.
Yeah,
Yep,
Arbor
nice.
Day-ish. Yep.
Arbor Day.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the Saturday after Arbor Day. But yeah, it's the Swamp Thing, Man Thing, Orca, etc. Arbor Day-ish. Yeah, that's a big night too. That's Mike, Dan, Jason, Carl, and Richard.
Nice, Carl. Nice, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Carl,
yeah. So let's. I don't want to risk screwing up my ability to stream with you guys right now.
Yeah.
So let's just make sure I have all the links on hand so I can promote the hell out of it next time.
You got it.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, man.
Okay.
But yeah, Carl's actually making his first appearance in 2 weeks. He'll be on that TMNT night.
Oh yeah, sweet.
That's a
2
big
weeks.
night.
Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta double check that now. I'm actually worried. We're gonna be. I feel like Erica might be. I think we might be going to see her folks in Quebec that weekend. Let me just. Is that the last weekend of February?
Yeah, it's the 25th. Yep.
Ah, son of a bitch.
You're about to stream in French, man.
I wonder if there's. No, I'd have to do it from my phone there. I wouldn't be able to do it with my gear. I'd have to transfer all my gear down there, which isn't really a big deal. But then I don't know what computer system's waiting for me there. You know what? I'll figure it out, man.
Yep. We'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. Don't want to miss a TMNT night though. That's a pretty important night. So if I do have to miss it for whatever reason, I will figure out some kind of alternative.
Tyler saying Twitch can be tough to draw people in unless you're a couple of hot chicks sitting in a hot tub. And he said, yes, that's a thing. Of course it is.
Oh, we're doing that. We're doing that.
Yeah, it's just right.
We're gonna get some comic booth babes.
Yeah, really. God, I remember there was a dude. I just got started in the comic business, and he was going on and on about how I had to get a booth babe, how all the pros had booth babes, and how if you don't have a booth babe, then you don't, then you're missing out on a great opportunity. And he was just going on and on about it. And I remember looking at him and thinking, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, Tony Moore. Well, Tony Moore's got a booth babe, and I'm like, that's Tony's wife. Like, that's his wife. Like, she is a babe, but that's his wife. Like, that's not. Come on, man. Anyway, horrible. I thought that was such a weird phenomenon, but I saw a few artists doing it. And I'm like, you don't. What are you doing? Like, I don't know. Maybe it works. I've never tried it.
I've never tried it either. I've hit on booth babe.
I'd say I don't want the competition. I'm my own booth babe. Yeah, no, Tyler. Carl is not out of the Facebook gulag. He's just off Facebook. He's just going to be streaming with us though. But
yeah, he's going to be streaming with us. Yeah, he is, I believe, on Instagram again.
Yeah. He had to start a new account because he locked himself out of his old account. And he blamed Facebook for it. Like, no, you just forgot your password, buddy. No, they canceled my account. I'm like, all right.
Well, it might have, because it's also Meta. It's hard to say, but
yeah, it's true. That's I was like, well, yeah, it could have been, but
yeah.
But knowing Carl, forgetting the password thing is a real possibility.
That's fair.
Yeah. I suspect he's got a sticky note in his desk drawer.
Hey, what's wrong with that? I feel attacked.
Have you not seen War Games?
Oh man.
This is my last 0.3 pen.
Oh no.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to order another box. I would only get them from the UK. Ugh.
Is that a particular type of pen? I mean, besides the point.
Yeah, it's this wonderful liquid ink. You can get it close enough. Can you read that?
Yep, graphic liner. Yep.
Yeah. From Otto.
Okay.
And you can get them stupidly expensive on Amazon, but only a couple. But I can order from this company called Cult Pens in the UK. And so I can order them by the box, and the price is pretty good, and the shipping's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
And last time I ordered, though, they were out of 0.3s, and I just love the way the ink flows from the 0.3s. It's just so good. And I can get 0.05, 0.1s. I do most of my line work with them.
Right.
And but the 0.3, it's the 0.1 and the 0.5 kind of choke up when I draw them over our established ink lines.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. But the 0.3 just flows right over them, and it's great. So I can take like this area with like this rough brushwork here around this forehead here. I don't know why I'm doing another demon face, but why not? And I can actually go in and I can like render into it, and it just creates more variations in tone.
Yeah,
yeah. I might use my rubber stamps on this.
Oh yeah, you made some Are they sort of like that kind of Zipatone styled like dot stamps, or?
Yeah, hang on, let me just grab scrap paper.
This segment of tags brought to you by Cult Pens. Cult Pens, send us some free pens, buddy. Hey, it can't hurt,
God,
right?
he's
It can't
like, oh
hurt.
my God, yeah, at least you get a sponsor.
Oh,
Get 3 hearts to play.
That's
absolutely.
Here's a
Oh.
piece of scrap.
Which,
So I had these 2 rubber stamps made.
Nice.
So this one here does gradation from really dark to light, and this is just a 20% screen.
very cool.
And let me open my ink pad.
Oh,
So that's the screen, and this is just the 20%. This might not show up very well with the camera, but
You see a little bit of it, yeah. So my question on that, like, when would you use that? Like, because would you not want to make that hard border line on it, or it's not something you would make like continuous over? You just use a little spot.
let me just grab something I used it on. Hang on.
Okay.
I just did the free comic book day thing for those Death Dealer comics,
Mm-hmm.
and I used some. Watch me not be able to find the pages. Where's the? Oh, there. We got some panels with it there.
you probably have a lot of interest in those Death Dealer pages, man. That's I would
If the
love.
story was well written, I would. So you can see in here where I
Mhm.
actually like use the corners,
Oh yeah, yeah.
or
Oh,
I'll
okay.
mask off a bit,
Nice.
and then I'll paint back in with white paint to break up any hard edges.
Nice.
Very
You
cool.
could always like just tear a sheet of paper and have a rough torn edge as a
Yeah.
border too or something, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's cool. Kind of like almost like a similar approach to like kind of some airbrush trickery in that way with masking and
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
masking.
exactly. It's what I'll use anything to create like an interesting mask,
Mhm.
and it really does a lot of the work in terms of creating that visual noise.
Right.
So you don't end up having like almost empty or dead space and cross your fingers for the colors to do a good job.
Yeah.
And considering how often I color my own stuff, that means something. So
Yeah. Yeah, I always think, oh, the colorist is gonna hate this, and then I'm like, that colorist is you dumb motherfucker. That's usually how it goes. But yeah. I put my paint palette. There we go. Paper towel. Yeah, I'm drawing the pages in Dodge right now. I've had Mr. Waller has sent me the photos, and I'm drawing the werewolf Carl Waller scenes in Dodge right now, which
Nice.
is pretty cool. As I've got this really kind of wonderful thing happening in this part of the story where it's basically like just 4 pages, 4 or 5. Actually, it was 3 pages of Dodge just battling these werewolves. Like Matt was just kind of like, give us like 3 pages where we can take care of our 3 backers who backed the Draw Me Into Dodge issue 4 level of our Kickstarter. And so it's been really cool to get pictures from them and be able to work in that way. And Matt gave me actually the full freedom to design those pages and draw them however I want to, which is a nice thing to get sometimes. You don't always get that, and it was nice. And so I'm having some fun with that. I mean, I love doing fight choreograph kind of work when I'm designing like a fight scene in a comic book. I love that kind of stuff. It's just it flexes some fun ultra violence muscles that you don't always get to flex when you're making comics. So
no, I hear you.
So you're saying you don't like those talking head comics that were obviously a movie script being turned into a comic book to hopefully be turned back into a movie script?
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I haven't done a ton of I've done a lot of comic stuff like in like graphic novel format illustrations for children's books and things like that. But in terms of interiors, I've not done a ton. I've worked on these 4 issues of Dodge and a few short stories and things like that. So it's I've been pretty lucky. The stuff that I've been given the draw has been usually pretty good in that way. But when I was doing stuff for Scholastic, it was just literal, just pages of talking heads and just more scenic kind of historical stuff than anything else. Darkseid got his yellow pants on. Oh, sorry, Thanos side.
Is that what his name was?
Thought it would be... Sorry?
Is that what they named him in that?
Thanos side, yeah.
Oh, God.
I know. But you know what? It could have been worse, dude. It could have been Dark Nos, which, spare us. Although Erica thinks they missed a real opportunity by not calling him. I can't even say it without cracking up. Shit. Here we go.
Say, give it a shot.
Tharkthide.
Yeah. See, I would have taken. Yeah.
Tharktied. Tharkthide.
I love it.
Yep. I would have taken Tharkthide over whatever the fuck he just said he was.
Thanoside.
Thanoside, yeah.
Grimness.
Yeah. Could you
If
imagine
you know the name of the Thanos being murdered, please press 1.
Yeah.
But can you imagine someone tried to make fun of his lisp because obviously that's the reason he has it, and he just goes buck wild Omega Beam on him, and everyone's like, oh no, it's cool, Tharkthide, let's see.
Oh my God, they have to have Mike Tyson play him in the movie.
Oh, totally.
Fine, I'm gonna do it myself.
Oh no.
Someone touched my tiger.
That would have been perfect.
Tharkthide.
That's all he's going to be from now on. It's just
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yep.
Darkseid got him dancing pants on.
Are you going to put a disco light behind him or something? Or
I mean, maybe it's Colin. There's going to be some Kirby crackle in some respects. So.
Oh yeah, gotta have the Kirby crackle.
Disco Kirby crackle maybe.
Yeah, just have the disco ball in the background, kind of expelling the Kirby crackle. Yeah.
Yeah, I had thought about doing the Two-Faced Goblin. Someone had suggested the Two-Faced Goblin, which from what I can tell is basically just the Green Goblin, except it's kind of like Two-Face, Harvey Dent style, but it's just like Harvey Dent's face underneath what is going to be a Green Goblin mask anyway, so it's kind of weird. So many Amalgam characters are just well, they're stupid, but it's just the character. It's just the character we've changed one small thing, well, and in the case of Hawkeye and Green Arrow, they did oh cheers, thank you. They did a instead of doing the Clint Barton spent some time as Goliath with the Pym particles. So they just did that with Oliver Queen instead, and they have Oliver Queen as Goliath. And
I saw that.
But he was also Arrowcaster, which I thought it was okay, they just brought Speedy in, and because he looked like oh no, sorry, that was Speedy and Spy Master. Never mind.
That's what I thought he was. Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, but with the Two-Faced Goblin, I thought they really missed opportunity by not two-facing his goblin costume with Hobgoblin.
Well, that seemed the natural way to go to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, but put Hobgoblin and Goblin.
Yeah. I don't know. It was weird.
That's why we put us in charge, Marvel, DC. Come on, do the right thing.
And like, I love the concept. We were talking about this earlier, Richard and I. I love the concept of Bat Thing, which is Man Bat and Man Thing. Like, Bill Sienkiewicz drew the book. Like, I mean, it's awesome.
But yeah.
He inked it, yeah. But it's but the design of the character, there's elements of it that are cool, but like his face is just weird. And if you can't, you gotta sell a monster with a face. You know what I mean? The face is a big part of that connectivity, and I don't know, just didn't work.
Yeah, I feel like some editorial fuckery kicked in and said, they had the Man Thing. And it's like I could see Rodolfo DiMaggio, who's an amazing artist, drawing this, going, "Fuck."
Yeah.
And Bill Sienkiewicz going, "This is really stupid. I'm going to draw the fuck out of it."
Yeah.
Put snot tentacles on him. On a bat. Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. But again, you're right. I mean, 90% of the shit was stupid. 10% of it was, pretty off. Like, I thought Speed Demon was great, like, visually. Yeah, the Ghost Rider Flash mashup.
Yeah.
That definitely has some potential for sure. Yeah. I don't remember the book, but Jason Flowers drew him last time, right? When he was here, I think. Yeah.
And I'm just saying visually it looked good.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah.
But then you had ones that were like, oh, you're not even trying. Like when they put Storm and Thor together, it was just Storm with a winged helmet. It was just like, yeah, you might want to have stretched a little farther and maybe mix them up.
Wasn't it Storm and Wonder Woman for Amalgam? I remember they did the Storm with the Hammer of Thor, but I think with Amalgam it was just Amazon.
Oh yeah,
Storm and Wonder Woman as one character, yeah, and it was just literally like John Byrne. Like you take the head and the cape of John Byrne Storm and add it to Wonder Woman, and that's what it is. Like,
oh, you're right.
I think John Byrne drew that, didn't he?
God, he probably did. That would make sense. Actually, now that you say that, yeah.
Yeah, when did she have the hammer though? Because that's what I'm getting in my head. But you're right. Because
there was a special, I think years ago. They did the X-Men. Was it X-Men and Alpha Flight? Maybe I'm getting this twisted.
They did X-Men Avengers as well.
There was X-Men and Alpha Flight, though, I believe, where they went and did all that Norse stuff. But I know that there was a story where it was Storm as the goddess of thunder.
Yeah.
And
that was a Marvel thing, not an Amalgam thing.
You're right.
No, it wasn't an Amalgam thing. No, that was just a Marvel. Yeah. I remember the Art Adams drawings of her. That's the thing that's sticking out in my head right now.
Yeah. I totally mashed two Marvel characters together and put my brain thinking that was Amalgam, but yeah, no, because Thor and Orion were put together because it was Thor Ryan.
Yeah, Thor Ryan, and again, that could have been fucking awesome, but no, it's just terrible instead. Yeah. They just phoned it in. They dialed F for fucking terrible is what they did. It could have been awesome. It could have been awesome. Even it sounds good, Thor Ryan. It works. It already works. It's already sitting right there, and they botched it.
Yeah,
all you got to do is call Walt Simonson. Hey, look, we want you to mash up Thor and Orion,
right?
And Simonson goes, "That's my breakfast."
Yep. Because then they could have followed the lead and put Darkseid and Odin together.
Yeah.
Because
Odin, they put.
Let me just say, because Darkseid would only have the one eye with the Omega Beam, that would look badass.
Yeah.
They
did put Odin
a right one-eyed monster.
Yeah. Purple one-eyed one. Well, that's more a thing I'll say, but yeah.
I think they did put Odin and Allfather together. They just called him Allfather Odin, which I was like, he's already called Allfather Odin.
Yeah.
But anyway,
but yeah, no, Darkseid and Odin would have been much better because that way it would have matched with the Thorion too.
They did a Loki and Desaad mix. Loke Desaad, I believe they just called him. Like,
so lazy.
Man. Come on.
Well, otherwise it would have been Doki, and that just would have...
Oh man,
might not have been any better. I mean, part of that falls on, and again, I don't say there's any stank, but part of that falls on Jack Kirby because the poor guy was just having to create so many characters. His names were just not the greatest because he didn't have time to come up with good names. So now we're kind of stuck, with someone like Desaad, who's basically, Marquis Desaad. Oh, hey, we'll just call him Desaad.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mind Assad. I didn't mind it,
No.
like,
I get,
but
yeah,
when
I'm
you're
just,
trying to do like a mashup, it's like, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
yeah. But
I mean, it's like,
oh,
yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was just going with the fact that his naming convention was out of desperation, so he was just grabbing it what he could see. He Kevin Spacey'd it, just like whatever he saw. I'm just going to name it.
I always loved Orion. I always I don't know. I always was looking for good Orion stuff. Cool character.
He's a great heel who's trying not to be a heel, but he's a heel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. He never fits the hero thing. He would actually just make a better brooding arsehole in space, than a hero. You know what I mean? Like, he's just great.
I mean, even his stuff in the Justice League Unlimited animated series was really good because they played him as kind of an asshole. He should be.
And they did that in the one of the Tom King runs hot and cold for me, but I thought his Mr. Miracle series was good.
I didn't read
and
it.
I thought he used Orion perfectly because he's an asshole, but he's on the right side, but he's the wrong guy for it, and he just treated Mr. Miracle so badly.
Yeah,
which I could see he would. Yeah, he would.
Yeah. And it was like I understand that buying Tom King comics is paying for his therapy because that is his therapy. But yeah, it's just like you can just see so many people who are just like Orion. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win this.
Yeah,
because I come from a place where we do whatever it takes.
Yeah, and technically, just going to the Mr. Miracle dynamic with him. Mr. Miracle would technically just be another bug to him because he's a powerless, not human, but he's a New Genesis person that has no power. So to Orion, he might as well be Forager on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it doesn't. God, I'm blank. Scot free.
Yeah.
Isn't his power the ability to escape?
No, he's just the world's greatest escape artist, or the universe's greatest escape artist, because he was tortured so much by Granny Goodness. Yeah, but he has no powers. He's just No, he
doesn't have overt. It's kind of like Batman's powers always win.
Sure, I mean if that's the narrative, but by definition, I don't think Scott Free actually has a power. He's just that perceptive and.
Well, okay, his father is an actual new god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, Scott Free could survive all that torture because he's a new god. So he's certainly more durable than a regular human. He's not human.
True, he's a new god, so he's got by definition he's got like Forager. I mean, Forager is just Captain America of New Genesis. He doesn't have powers per se, but he is still technically born on New Genesis, so he's got the endurance and
such a cool character.
Well, it's like all the Asgardians. All the Asgardians are much more powerful than a regular human, just compared to Thor.
Yeah. So Scott Free has apparently gotten a glow up from his early days because he's functionally immortal now. He stopped aging at the age of 30. He has developed an immunity to toxins and disease. And then now he has superhuman strength, speed, agility, coordination, reflexes with stamina, which, that wasn't in the original stuff, but, I guess,
No.
like,
especially the super strength, but because, before.
Level it up. It's like, one thing I was kind of commenting on the movie last night, like, Hawkman like battling fist to fist, toe to toe with Black Adam was just hysterical to me. Like he's getting punched through buildings and hammered by I mean, I know that Hawkman is probably the most confusing and maligned character in the DC universe in terms of his crossover weirdness and his histories that don't make sense and don't line up and all the different versions of Hawkman. But I don't remember one that could stand toe to toe with someone at that level of power and just fight in the sky in that way, unless I'm wrong. I don't remember Hawkman being anywhere near that powerful though.
No, like their whole thing. I mean, kind of like the Aquaman effect, like they're thicker, so they have a little bit more enhanced strength and endurance and durability. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, all of it relies on the nth metal because it's the vibranium of DC.
Yeah.
Because it's got the magical qualities, absorbs all the. It's like it technically can because Hawkgirl's mace will totally wreck Dr. Fate's day because it just destroys it. It eats magic more or less. And,
okay.
Yeah. Technically, both the Hawkman and Hawkwoman's maces, but she's more known for it. But their wings are the same way. Their wings can turn into shields and absorb impact. So like if he would have done stuff like that, like the whole toe-to-toe when he took that punch straight to the face, I'm like,
that was it. It should have been over right there.
Like sure the helmet absorbed that, yes, but I think he got hit in the jaw.
yeah. That's just like flesh is still flesh, bone is still bone. Like
it was like the biggest problem I had with the first Black Panther movie was when him and Killmonger took that huge fall.
Oh yeah,
and, it was just a video game at that point. But I'm like, yes, I understand that the vibranium would absorb the kinetic energy of that momentum, but they're still inside that suit. They are still 100% feeling.
I had that problem. I had that problem at first too, and I realized they were falling through a slow zone created by the vibranium for the trains, so they weren't falling at full speed.
When they hit the floor, they were hitting the floor pretty fast.
If you hit the floor at half speed, you're still hitting the floor.
Yeah, but you're still inside that container, and you still have momentum inside that container. So
I know it's bad physics, but the explanation was they weren't falling at full gravitational speed when they fell because of the area they were falling in.
Mm-hmm. It takes
it's a bullshit excuse. It's their excuse.
No, I get it. But still, it's just one of those things. Like I've seen people fall off of a 1-story house and still shatter their leg. I mean,
but did you see Wakandans fall off?
Yeah. So, but it was one of those things where I just wanted some I forget Black Panther's sister's name, but I wanted her to come up and just open up the suits and pour out both, T'Challa and Killmonger. They just should have been just complete pudding at that point. Just hosing out the inside of the suit for whoever's next.
I have that whenever anyone's blown against a car or a wall. Because there's no way a human would survive that.
No. Every Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like if the explosion's powerful enough to lift you up in the air, it's powerful enough to squish your brain like butter against the inside of your skull.
Does this mean we get to talk about the Batman movie? Because man, that scene still bothers me. He's just
where he gets blown across the room by the
neck,
the Riddler's explosion.
Yeah,
and he's got a Band-Aid.
If that, yeah, or when he takes the squirrel suit and he fucking flies into the bridge, the L line. I'm just no. The movie's done. We're now moving on to the Robin movie because Batman is done. Yeah. But yeah, the squirrel suit scene and the face explosion is just two things. No. But here's where we needed 36 hours earlier.
36 hours earlier, he cloned himself so he could survive.
Exactly. Yeah. We've now turned into the Prestige. Right. It all comes back to Ed Norton.
Good old Ed Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's the Ed Norton gig?
Oh, I don't know, because it said Ed Norton earlier, and I just bring it back.
Okay. I thought there was a specific.
No. I was just, it was I was going to call either out Hugh Jackman or Ed Norton, but I don't think Ed Norton gets enough love. And I'd watch.
I'm sure he pays for all the love he needs.
Yeah, I'd watch him read a newspaper. I enjoy his
Really?
films.
I can't. Okay. I know people who know him, and he's a prick.
Oh yeah, I don't
Oh,
want to
really?
know. I don't want to know him. I just want to watch his movies.
Yeah.
You know, the same way I don't want Sting to ever talk to me about fucking politics or anything. I just want him to sing his songs. Yeah. No, there's a line because like
Yeah.
my ultimate man crush is Kurt Russell, and
Yeah, I get that.
I had the opportunity to meet him, and I'm like, absolutely not, because I would just, I would be afraid that it would go wrong.
Oh no, Kurt's a good guy.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
I met him a few times. He's a good guy.
I just don't want that bad that to meet him on that.
You don't want to risk it. You don't want to risk it.
Meet him on that one bad day. Like
Lance Henriksen is also a hell of a nice guy.
Yes, he is.
that'd be fun. So
Awesome guy.
I'm never big on meeting my heroes simply for that reason. Like, I hate to meet them on that one bad day, like, and just ruin it.
I could have listened to Lance talk all friggin' day. I got to like hang out with him for a couple of hours after an Ottawa Comic-Con one night with Billy Boyd and a few other people, and
Nice.
and man, he would just kind of start stories and then something else would like distract it, and then we'd get whatever. But he would just randomly just say stuff like, "When I was 16, I spent lots of time with a shaman, and we ate lots of mushrooms and had many important discussions." And then someone would come by with a question or a drink or something, and then we'd be talking about something else. But it was just like I'd be sitting there like waiting for the next part of the story that would never come. It would just be the start of all these little moments in his life that just kind of began. And yeah, man, he was a fucking cool guy to hang out with, though.
Actually, I was hoping your story was going to end with that he didn't finish those stories, because that's what I actually wanted to hear.
No, I never heard the end of any of them.
That's
he just had these ideas, right? He would just start an idea, like I don't know what would inspire the memory or something like that. It's like,
well, it's the mushroom kicking in.
Flashbacks, man. It's all flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's.
Remember this one time I was on the set of Millennium, and these aliens landed, and they wanted oral sex, and no one on the crew was able to do it but me.
I had to take a bullet for the planet, but
It wasn't just a bullet; it was a chemical high. I got to tell you, alien jizz. Once you've had alien jizz, Coca-Cola just doesn't cut it.
You're chasing that dragon for the rest of your life.
I like how that's the comparable substance on Earth.
yeah, Coca-Cola.
It's the real thing. Of course, I only drink it in the original formulation.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, but I want to go through life having non sequiturs like that. Go, oh man, I remember this one time on the set of Millennium.
And then in his head, he's still talking.
Just stop being vocal at that point. Just so everyone around's like waiting for that good 5-10 seconds of is he gonna finish? It's just, and then kind of get that mid stare, and then come back and start another conversation. Well, I killed that conversation apparently.
Well, once you start talking about alien jizz, that kind of killed the whole conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
Where else
that,
do you go?
that brought me back in, and Bob changed up too. We were like, oh wait, what? Alicia was saying she can confirm Lance, but Gary Busey, however, back away slowly.
That's for some reason.
Yeah, Gary's a scary guy. I got stuck with him in an elevator once, and he was convinced he knew me, but it was the first time we met.
Yikes.
He's
Yeah.
going, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm good. He says, "So I haven't seen you since Boca." I'm like, "What?"
Play along, Richard. Play along.
I would say I would have so rolled with that, because that night would have probably been one of the
Oh no! I
craziest
rolled
nights
with it, but I had heard things about Gary Busey where he can get suddenly violent,
Oh man.
and I haven't seen it, but I heard that he if you piss him off, he'll smack you.
I'm just gonna put it out. Every elevator has a camera. You could have you could have.
Did this
That's
this elevator had a camera? This is the '90s, man.
Yep, every elevator.
So I don't know
if maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if the elevator.
That's a
God,
check.
actually, honestly, in hindsight, I kind of wish he did hit me.
That's a story in its own.
That would be a story, yeah.
Yep.
pull out your Nokia brick phone and take the 2 megapixel picture of the hand slap real quick. Oh, that little red blemish on my cheek.
I got Buseed.
That's right. Yeah, we'll turn it into a verb.
Yeah. I never hit anybody. If you say that again, I'm going to smack you.
Yeah. Richard, that piece is coming together nicely, man.
I got to take a look at this stuff, man.
Well, I'm focusing on your picture.
Oh, I love those yellow dance pants, man.
I know, right? Tharkside knows how to party. Well, now I get to paint him pink. Kind of pinkishy, sort of pinky gray color. We'll see.
Was he a fuchsia color?
Yeah, they kind of lean towards pink with this version of Thanoside here. I guess just to kind of get more Thanosy. But yeah, we'll see how it looks on this blue paper. Should be okay.
Check out Bob's Dr. Doomsday.
So small I can barely see it.
Sorry.
And throwing some shade.
Oh, he's working real small.
No. I mean, on my phone, because I'm watching on my phone. On my
Okay.
desktop,
I thought you were throwing some shade at him. Like, damn.
Size matters, boys.
Getting rowdy up in here. So, Richard, you been working on anything besides the Death Dealer Free Comic Book Day thing, or?
Second Coming as always. In fact, Mark is. We're not having downtime between arcs. I'm as soon as I finish layouts for the current issue 6,
Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping into issue 1 of the next arc.
Oh, nice.
So that's interesting, which is kind of good because I've been waiting for all these create your own pitches to get approved, and it's like, what? It's taking forever, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, Second Coming. I got some stuff I can't talk about because I'm still waiting to hear if I'm doing it. Which is, it seems to be more true about comics now than it was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Everyone just takes forever to approve anything.
Yeah.
Somehow this turned into more of like an Etrick and Mephisto, not merged together, but just on the same page.
yeah, I did. I was about to ask about that. I'm like, okay, I do see the two heads, but that works.
Yeah.
Their personalities are fighting each other. So for the people,
it would be a hard union between the two of them. They would be trying to trick each other constantly. So I think that piece says that well.
Yeah, it's the mental battle on it. So for people who may not be aware of Second Coming, where can they get Second Coming?
Well, it's in your local comic shop if they're smart and order the book. It's from Ahoy Comics.
That's what I was trying to get you to. But okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's from Ahoy Comics.
Sorry. Sometimes my subtle doesn't work. My bad.
I've been there way too often. Yeah, it's from Ahoy Comics. I'm the co-creator of the book. Mark Russell is the writer. He's kind of popular, and I dragged Leonard Kirk into it, and I'm sure to his regret. And we're just about to start the 4th arc. I think we're going 5 or 6 arcs overall, which is pretty phenomenal in this industry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's getting better and weirder as we go.
Nice.
The latest arc, we're dealing with the fallout from Sunstar, our Superman stand-in, having a child with all the same powers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and he only has the child because God went, you know what, you can have a kid. Here you go. You were nice to my son. Here, go have a kid. And for the people wondering what the hell I just said, the premise of the book is what if Jesus Christ and Superman were best friends?
Yeah, it's a cool comic.
Yeah. I mean, first off, why would they not be? But yes, it is also a cool concept for it.
Yeah. It was originally pitched at DC. The then publisher of DC Comics, Dan DiDio, said, well, I love the story, but if we did that with Superman, we'd break people.
Yeah.
So give us the Superman analog and we'll publish it. And we went to Vertigo and it still broke people. So Fox News and Breitbart got really upset with us.
Remember that?
Yep.
And so DC, because they were still, getting so much shit for the Bat Dick,
Yeah.
said, we've had enough controversy for 1 decade. So here's your book completely back. No, we don't have to owe any of the money back. Just take it away. Take it away.
Well, that helped at least,
Yeah. So I'd have to take out a loan if I had to buy the book back. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause getting it back and getting paid to do the first part, so
Yeah,
helps get you ahead of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Damon Wayne's Batman money, but it gets you there.
Damon Wayne's Batman money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to play Robin.
Yep. And
Really?
And his contract stated that he would get paid because they knew that it was, pushing some lines with it. His contract stated, and Burton backed it up on us, that he would get paid for his role and residuals.
Yeah.
If his character never hit screen, and his character never hit screen. Yep. So he makes Batman money.
Would that have been like the Michael Keaton era stuff? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Interesting. I had no idea.
He was supposed to show up in Batman Returns.
No kidding. Wow. Huh.
Didn't make the cut, so yeah, he makes Batman money for not being in Batman.
That's the best deal ever.
Oh yeah.
I think Nick Cage got the same deal for Superman.
Yeah, he got something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I don't know if he got his deal was similar to it, but since it was never made, he just got a payout, like a good payout.
Yeah.
But,
I remember having a big old laugh at that at the time, but I actually kind of wish that had been made.
No,
Oh, God.
no. Have you ever seen the behind the scenes stuff, like the suit fitting and
The suit?
Oh, I know, it was dreadful. That's what I mean, though. Like, just from a pastor point of view,
okay.
it would be cool to look back and be like, "Fuck, that was terrible. Let's watch it again." But
Lois, he would be like Captain Kirk doing Superman almost at that point. I mean, he was. It would just be that level of.
sorry,
but
Bill Shatner as Pa Kent.
You might as well at that point. Yeah, I'd be down for Cage being Bizarro.
Oh, see, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's magic right there.
Mm-hmm. Especially Nick Cage now as Bizarro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Just
That's
go.
the thing.
I actually still want to see him play
Who's in
Superman now.
I'm sorry. What?
I want to see him play Superman even more now.
Yeah.
He's gonna go full in Mandy mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they took Lois. He's gonna be running around his house with a Superman shirt and his underwear and a bottle of JD getting hammered. Lois, why'd you leave me?
Although he's just doing like an emo kid getting hammered because he can't really get hammered, so he's just trying to pretend he's hammered. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the kid that you hand oregano to, but you tell him it's weed and starts acting like he's high. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
That's Nick Cage's Superman.
Those are pencil shavings. Yeah.
I would watch that.
Yeah, okay, I'd be down for that. Yeah. Yeah, Rob he definitely tried to pull off an Adam West Batman in Kick-Ass. That he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah. And my favorite part about Kick-Ass is when Hit Girl was talking about the I forget how she phrased it, but she was just talking about how her dad gives her the the special powder to unlock her superpowers. Okay, that's just cocaine.
Yeah, that's right. Oh
And
God.
she's like, no, it's our super, formula. No, it's cocaine.
I gotta give that movie credit though. It did what I was hoping like any Batman movie or any superhero movie would ever do, or just like very jokey. Then the first like 4 minutes, you see the superhero up on top of the building, jumps off, cape doesn't open, just immediately dead.
Sidewalk
Yeah.
pizza.
But like if they had just rolled credits right there, that would have been the best movie ever made.
Yeah, that would have been right up there with Bambi versus Godzilla.
Yeah. A classic for sure.
Yep. Totally. Gentlemen, I will be right back. I need to refill my drink.
Yeah.
I'm almost about to go to the white paint stage.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out what I'm going to do for a background on this, and then I'll probably go into white paint stage myself.
Get one of those Molotov chrome markers and just dab it. Make it disco, baby. Make it all disco.
Get the chrome one, yeah. I like Molotov stuff. Generally speaking, they're pretty good.
I like the Posco, but I got to tell you, I'm in love with my big black Sharpie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bad boy.
I have the is it the Posca? I think it's the Posca black ones, almost as big as this. Posca's paint is darker, more opaque, but the Sharpie just allows me to do like weird kind of like brushy strokes.
Is it a water base?
Yeah. It's not.
Wow.
They have one that's oil based, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Because I have these red. I have this. I bought a whole bunch of red ones when I had the poster paint ones. They stopped for whatever reason carrying the white, like the regular poster paint ones, in a particular size that I like. They only make them kind of a large barrel ones now, though. But that black that had a flat nib on it. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I got. Where am I?
I gotta grab one of those, man.
I got this nice one here.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's nice big fat chisel tip. It's great for like doing those black gutters and comic pages. And stuff.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Now, this. You got any shows coming up, Bob?
Yeah, first show of the year for me is gonna be March 10th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's the Northeast Comic Con. I do that show a couple times a year. There's the fall show and then the spring show.
Oh, very cool, man. Right on.
Yeah, I like it. How about you?
I guess I don't think they've announced me yet. I think the first one I'm doing for the year is the Toronto Comic Con. But other than that,
You say Toronto?
Toronto, yeah. And I have the Niagara Falls Comic Con in June, which I'm doing. I haven't done that one in about 5 or 6 years, so that'll be nice to return to that because that's kind of a hometown show for me.
Nice.
And then I have Granite in September again, but I'm hoping I'm hoping to get a couple of trips to the East Coast. There's a couple of East Coast shows I like to do. I want to do the Dartmouth Comic Arts Festival, which is run by Cal Johnson out there in kind of the Halifax or Dartmouth, the ferry there. And it's kind of an interesting one-day show where you have a whole different crowd come through essentially because it's literally when the ferry changes over. So so it's kind of interesting. It's a uniqueness to it, and it's just a beautiful time of year on the East Coast. So I'm hoping I can go this year. I plan to go. But yeah, might be kind of a quiet year. I'd love to get back to Montreal. I think that might be happening. I haven't been there in, again, 5 or 6 years. So it's been ages since I've been to some of these shows, just because of pandemic. But also the weird thing was before the pandemic, I had actually taken about 2 years off from really doing much traveling. I was just doing really local shows. So it's been a long time for what used to be some of my regular haunts. So we'll see what happens, see what actually materializes. Right now, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. But the reality is the cost of travel has gotten so crazy that some of these shows just don't good mathematics working on my side with them.
Oh, I get you. It's come to a point where like I can only afford to do like a few shows a year that aren't having me out. Like
Yeah.
Like if I don't get to be a guest at a show like that, there's a good possibility like I won't be able to make it to that show.
I'm exactly in the same spot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's putting up like it's nuts.
yeah,
Well, I gotta tell you, the thing that's really become noticeable during the pandemic is shows are really for the people who want to see celebrities, wrestlers, and the like. The
Yeah.
people who buy the art don't go.
yeah. It's been weird. Like I have found that the enthusiasm is great, and the crowds being back has been great. But I agree. I'm not seeing it so much in the terms of dollars and cents quite as much. I mean, you have some great breakaway shows. Like for me, Granite was a sensational show, and before I had a pretty good fan expo before that. But by and large, yeah, there's been a lot of shows where it's barely been break even, and that's even in some cases where I am a guest and where certain parts of the trip are covered, and that's not from any kind of lavish lifestyle when I'm at these shows at all. It's just literally getting there, being there, whatever costs are attached to it, and then factor in the fact that the show was hopping, the show was packed with people, but no one was paying any money.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. I've been to some great shows that had great heart, fantastic staff. Everything was organized. Everything was clean. Everything was just perfect, really jovial crowd. And the reality was just no one had any coin. So, it's really a tricky thing. I think people are so excited to be back. And I'm grateful that they're back, that all the shows are happening again. But I think we're still a little ways away from the glory days that they used to be.
Yeah, that's why I don't mind taking this year off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically. I've already made 2 commitments for next year. Oh, sorry, 1 commitment for sure. 1 is up in the air, but they're saying it's going to be likely. I'm probably going to do a lot of the GalaxyCon shows and the major read pops, and I'm going to do enough books to pretty much guarantee that I can make money even if I don't sell art or do sketches. I'll have enough stuff that'll actually return on the investment.
Yeah. I'm finding I'm doing better if I have some cheaper priced items on my table too. Like not that my prices have ever been crazy. They really haven't. I've never really charged enough for sketches and things like that at shows.
No, you're always undercharged. I've always been pissed at you for that.
Yeah, everyone always.
I'm never going to forgive you, man.
I know. I know. But I always try to have if I have any comics that I can. Most of them are variant covers and stuff that I have to charge a lot more for. But if I can get $10 for a comic, I'll sell $10 comics all day long. $5 comics if I can. If there's something, my sketchbooks and stuff like that. But they've got to be smaller price items because I just don't know that everyone's buying big art these days. It's hard to say.
Yeah, the ones who are buying it from home. They want it shipped. They don't want to travel with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so I know we've talked about art reps before, but I mean, that's where my art rep has really come through,
right?
Is handling all the sales of stuff that, covers and like the witches and stuff that, people, so many, this is, okay, this probably hits you too, guys. Coming home from a con and going, I did all right. And then you got 5 or 6 people say, where were you?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I really wanted to buy that so-and-so. I'm like, dude, did you look at where I was?
Yeah.
Did you try and do a little bit of research?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's I've had people say I'm coming just to see you. I'm like, okay. And then they 3 days later. So I went to the show. I was there all 3 days and never found you. And I'm like, did you even enter the artist alley? Because you would have had to pass me by just going to the artist alley. Like you wouldn't have had a choice, They
had an artist alley?
Were you down where Hulk Hogan was? No, I wasn't there. No, I was where the artists are.
Well, that's where I was all 3 days. So I don't know why I didn't see you.
Yeah.
I asked Hulk Hogan himself and he said, the rooster. No, Mike Rooth. The rooster. No, Mike Rooth. I don't know no rooster.
Oh,
I pitted a rooster.
Oh, these pants are gonna have some shine now.
Are you talking about yours or the character?
Can't it be both?
Right?
Could be both.
Why
Could
not
be.
both?
Have you been to Heroes yet, Richard? Have you gone that one?
Yeah, I went last year. It was actually one of everyone was telling me it was a great show. It's a great show. It's a great show. So I anticipated it being a really good money show.
Mm.
It was not. It was
No.
a great show to
Yeah,
hang up and catch up with all these people, which was, fabulous.
sure.
So it wasn't a bad show, but yeah, I was in the red at the end of that one.
Oh yeah. Every time I've gone to Heroes, I've come back in the red. There's the cost of going and just being there too. It's huge. Like back in the days when I just had to be at those shows, regardless of how much fucking sense it made, I would still go and do them regardless because like, oh, I've got to do Heroes. It's an important show. And to be honest, I've met amazing people there, and the access you get to creators there is bar none. Like there's no other show like it. But yeah, it's a tough one. I remember one year in particular, Erica and I just got our butts kicked at that show so bad. We're coming home on the plane, and we were just so defeated. Like we had made no money. We had a pretty good spot too. There's just for whatever reason people weren't buying what we had, and it just was. We came home with all of our gear, like 75 pounds of gear on the airplane, like just shaking our heads, like going, "What the fuck happened?" And coming home with all of our stuff and being 2,500 or $3,000 in debt, and just being like, "My God, what are we doing? What are we doing?"
Yeah, it was. And honestly, I was planning to drive.
Yep.
And then I got like sick at the beginning of the week.
Mm.
And I was thinking, if it's COVID, I can't go at all. But it just turned out to be a flu or something. So I ended up booking a flight, and that's what put me in the red.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that means I probably would have honestly broken even otherwise.
Yeah. I had one New York Comic Con. Well, I actually had two that I profited at. Well, the first time I went to New York Comic Con, I went with a friend, but it was almost like I might as well have hitchhiked. You know what I mean? To get there, I went without Erica. I wasn't staying with the guy that I traveled with. I was staying at Corey Smith's house. Actually, Corey Smith's a big star at Marvel. He draws Conan and stuff, or he was drawing Conan. He's drawn everything there. He's one of my favorite people.
Corey Smith, has he done Turtles work?
Corey, yeah, he did the Death of Donatello stuff. Yeah, Corey's.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Corey's wonderful, man, wonderful guy. And I only knew him through Twitter at that time for a couple of years. And I told him I was coming to New York for the first time, and he's like, "Well, you gotta stay at my place." And so I got to stay in Queens and have the whole experience of the subway in and out of New York, in and out of Manhattan each day, and that was really cool. But I made money because they would, Corey wouldn't let me pay for anything, and I was sleeping on his couch, so there was no money. The show cost me almost nothing to do. It was fantastic. And the following year, it was, we had like 2 or 3 years in a row where we kind of broke even. And then the final year I was in New York, we actually got into the black on probably like the halfway through Sunday. And it was the first time that it ever happened. And even though we'd only profited about a couple $100, we'll say, over our expenses, and I had to work like a monster for 4 days and nights straight to make that happen, it still felt like a major win, to be at that show and to come home and kind of feel a little bit like the victor for a change,
Yeah. Just making it out of New York alive just makes you a winner.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. God, I love that show. I miss that show though. The experience of being in New York, it was for, especially a Canadian guy, like to go to a place like that. And, it's like I always say, like New York's my favorite fictional place because it's only ever existed in comic books to me before I actually went there.
Speaking of the Fast and Furious.
Right? That was unnecessary.
Yeah. So, greatest cinematic family, Fast and Furious, or just a great cinematic family?
Well, I think you can say that now, and Jason Momoa is going to be in it.
See, now there's something, because I watched the trailer, and he wasn't in. Yeah. He wasn't in any of the other movies, right?
No.
So
but
all
they're
those
putting him back in.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So all those Oh, you need to watch Velocipaster then, because that's exactly what they did in that movie. Okay, because when I saw them, they pulled the safe out, and then he's standing there. I'm like, wait, he wasn't in that movie. But so they're going back and placing him in there.
That's awesome.
Yep. I mean, wow. I mean, that's like some serious retconning to make a story. Yeah. Yikes.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
I haven't either, but I can tell you you're not missing out.
I own more of them than I've actually watched. I've only seen the first one, but then I decided I wanted to watch Point Break instead.
That's a good choice.
Well, because the first Fast and Furious is Point Break.
Yeah.
And
minus Busey.
Yeah. Well, and that's why Point Break is better.
Exactly. Utah, get me too.
Yeah. Yeah, because actually it slayed me when they did the remake of Point Break a couple years back. They
did?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I missed that.
And you didn't miss it. You just didn't see it. You didn't miss it, trust me.
They did a remake too? Or I thought they made like a sequel to it.
No, I think it was it was a full-on remake, because when they listed it as a reimagining of Fast and Furious, which blew my goddamn mind, because I'm like, no.
Back it up.
I'm like, let's just go back 5 more years, but yeah, Point Break in 2015.
Huh.
A young FBI agent infiltrates an extraordinary team of extreme sports athletes he suspects of masterminding bank robberies.
Huh.
And I am reading the 2015 synopsis, not the 1991 synopsis. So, but yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, I don't know if you've seen the trailer or not for the new Fast and Furious 10, but no Kurt Russell so far. Everybody else is back, but
I don't think I realized Kurt Russell was in those movies.
I didn't know that either till my brother tried.
Didn't they kill him in the last one?
I don't know. I've never seen him. I mean,
I remember seeing a clip of him getting shot, which looked like a fatal shot.
Oh, come on. We had this conversation earlier. That means nothing.
No, because Kurt wanted out.
Yeah. I mean, it was the Harrison. That's the only way a character dies in a movie is the actor's like, fuck it, I'm done. Unless you add another 0 to the end of that check.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, my brother loves those movies just because of the pure stupidity of it. It's one of those, he loves the movie, he knows it's not a good movie, but he keeps buying them in our shared digital account.
Oh, I see.
So I keep looking at it, God damn it. I hope no one ever breaks into my account and sees how many Fast and Furious movies I own.
The humiliation is real.
I know. I'm like, no, look at the history. Look at the watch history. It's like, I'll send you the IP address. It wasn't my house.
It wasn't my house.
We're calling you to tell you it's in the house with you.
The worst is I actually have one of them as a Sony apology, because I forget which scandal they were trying to bury at the time, and every time Sony has an issue like that, they send a new movie to you. And that was the one they sent me, one of the Fast. I'm like, God. And so my brother saw it in our shared account. He's like, oh, you're watching? I'm like, no, I'm not watching them. And he's like, well, I'm going to get him anyway. I'm like, damn it.
That's how we got Tetris for our PS3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mike, I think
we accidentally shared all your data with God knows who. So here's you can pick from 3 movies, and here's 3 video games you can choose from. And we were like, you got Tetris? So
yeah, that should throw the cyber hackers off your scent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I did get a pretty cool PS game from Sony, and probably that same hack, but I can't remember the name it was, but like you play the game, and as you progress, you get to decide whether you're going to be good or evil. and that determines the power set you get.
Oh, yeah.
Fable? It sounds familiar.
Like I want to say it was not like Limitless. No.
No.
It was,
Oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it. But
I feel like I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Does it start with an I?
honestly, I can't remember. Yep, I guess it did. Rob just came with Infamous.
Infamous. That's the
yes.
one. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the one I was thinking of. Yep.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Sorry.
it.
That was a fun game.
I enjoyed the shit out of that game, and I didn't pay for it. I was like, yep, this is a good game.
Yeah, I think I got that for like $1 at a local record store or something. It didn't have a case.
Yeah, I was like, that was worth losing my data. Go on.
Yeah. Thanks. What else you got?
Yeah, like what? How many more games are you gonna give me if I give you my social? Come on, let's do this.
Yeah. That's right. I'll give you a scan of my passport. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you?
Thumbprint gets me what?
I have no idea who this chick is or these other two faces.
Oh, I'm glad you actually brought that because I was about to ask who she is if she was somebody.
I'm sure she is. Everyone's a somebody.
That's a good point.
Everybody loves somebody sometime.
Well, I'll let you have that one because we've just met, but I am the exception to the rule on that one. I have genuine.
What's the rule? Actually, you better let me know what the rule I just violated was.
Oh no, I'm going full Lance with this one. I'm not finished.
Oh, Lance.
There was this one time Pace broke the rule and we didn't tell him what rule was.
Oh no, see,
That was the last rule he broke.
even there, you carried that sentence on too long. That one time Pace broke a rule. That's your walk away point. Now everybody, whoa, what the fuck happened to Pace? What was the rule? Yeah. Yeah.
He talked about something.
Yeah. Every statement needs to have 3 hanging questions left to it.
Yeah.
He would just come
The
up with
first rule of
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you're getting it. Rob said PlayStation tried to do their own version of Super Smash Bros. And Cole was the Super OP. Cole's the main character from Infamous.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think. Well, again, I'm not too versed in Sony. I was a Sega boy, but I'm not sure how deep their library is to be able to do a Super Smash Bros. I'll have to look that one up. What was the name of that one, Rob? Super Smash Cousins.
where's my white splatter? Oh, there it is.
Although Super Smash Cousins sounds like something you get on Cinemax at Saturday night.
Yeah.
Dude, you totally smashed your cousin. I know, right? Yeah. You got stuck in the washing machine, man.
But you're my cousin. What? Oh man, no wonder it didn't last. It's PlayStation All Stars. That's just a lame name. Give it up to Nintendo for having the better game names for sure.
Although PlayStation had a, and I think GameCube too, had a Ninja Turtle smash up kind of game.
R.I.P. GameCube. Love that system. The best first wireless controller out there. The Wavebird, that thing kicked ass. Am I getting too deep on the GameCube for you guys? I'll dial it back.
No, I never
was never much of a console guy.
Again, I'm getting the crickets again.
Yeah, I was never much of a console guy.
Yeah, I never had the GameCube or Xbox or those. I only had first one I ever had to buy myself, I think, was a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, same.
And I remember I bought the Spider-Man game because I didn't know anything about video games. It was my first time buying anything like that. I bought the game before I bought the system because I was afraid the game was gonna like run out, and it was the first time there'd ever been like a decent Spider-Man video game. It was actually an excellent fucking game to this day. It's still an excellent game, the Spider-Man original Spider for Sega Genesis. And I love the Genesis because you got like Golden Axe and all that stuff too with it, which I love. But I was more of a Nintendo guy. I think my favorite system of all time is probably the N64.
Hell yeah!
I had some Japanese import wrestling games which I loved. Like they were so wonderful for character creation and development, and it was like spending time in the studio making a character in this weird little Japanese game. So cool. I really miss playing them actually.
Well, yeah. I would say Sega Genesis one. I liked Sonic better than Mario because I liked the speed of it. But it had Mutant League Football.
Oh yeah.
Altered State. Golden Axe. So for me, the scrolling games in that were I thought were much better. But I did jump over to the 64 purely for GoldenEye and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Right. Yep. Then I got a PS2, and then I remember I had a PS2 for years, probably for like, I don't know, 10 years after the PS3 was out. I was still playing my old PS2, and I remember our DVD player died, and I had to get a new DVD player, and that's when I upgraded to a PS3, and that was right before PS4s were going to come out. But I didn't want to wait or whatever, and I bought a PS3 thinking I'll be able to play all my PS2 games. And I bought the first model of PS3, which did not allow you to do that. So that was a heartbreaker for me because I had these games in my PS2 that I just loved. But I don't have a ton of room to have all these systems set up and whatever. So anyway, yeah.
Mike, why don't you go win a lottery?
I know, right?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, buddy?
Just have a bunch of TVs all set up and have all the different game systems set up, and I know.
Yeah, you just have a game room, which is nothing but like 6 full screen TVs.
Yep.
Widescreen, big format, whatchamacallits. And
I love an arcade one day.
And a booth, babe.
Yeah,
yeah, of course. Yeah. At that point, would it be a console, babe?
Yeah.
Well, no, you put each game in its own particular booth.
Oh, I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
We're on to something here.
Yeah. This is just so I don't completely cover my studio or my desktop in white paint.
Yeah.
Are we about to get some splatter?
We're getting splatter, baby.
Nice.
Got to put on the latex glove.
Oh, shit's getting weird. It's after 9. That's how it happens. Yep.
It's after 9. We get the latex hour.
I'm gonna put on the GIMP mask.
You take it off?
I never take mine off. I was gonna say.
Oh man, your forehead must be a fucking mess.
No, I just moved the eye holes up head.
Okay, get a little circulation up there.
So I got 2 spots of clear skin up there.
All of our pants are shiny down here. Dark side, Thanos side, Thark side.
Yes, please say his name properly from now on.
Dark side. That's
side.
it.
Dark side.
Dark side.
No, it's okay.
So do you dip that toothbrush in white paint then? Is that what you're doing? And kind of just shake
it?
Yeah. Or
I mix up some, I dilute some Pearl White.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get it all goopy and liquidy. And then I go to town with this shit.
See, doing that right there would give me such anxiety because I mean, you know what you're doing. I'm not saying you don't, but it's still a bit of randomness on where it's going to splatter.
You're assuming a lot there, buddy.
Okay. It's like, where's the Control Z for that action?
It's called black paint.
Okay. As long as you have a plan.
Well, like the silence of Battlestar Galactica, there was a plan. They kept saying they had one. There really isn't one.
Oh yeah, they were.
And here, my latex just hit his nose.
I'll be right back.
Because it's like a weird floppy. It's like a full condom.
Yeah. And you put it on while you're half erect. You're too excited.
I'm always excited. Going off half cocked.
And there's the promo soundbite for the show. Perfect.
Pace goes off half cocked. Never go off half cocked. Go off full cocked.
I think we've actually chased both Mike and Bob away.
They don't want to see me. They don't want to see any cock. You think this was going to be a cock-free podcast?
I never make that promise.
Oh, I know. It's sometimes it just slips out.
Yeah. Again, after 9, we never know what's going to happen.
Comic artist after dark.
Mm-hmm.
Things get crazy. He broke out the white paint.
Rob just doesn't want to be in the splatter zone after this conversation. It's all about the paint, Rob. I mean,
Don't spray it.
Yeah, he's doing some straight Bob Rossian stuff here now.
This little bit of splatter here, I'm going to turn into a happy little cum shot.
right across this demon's face.
Yeah, it's just, there are no accidents. They're just called babies.
Unless
the weird thing is, my favorite part of this is this space right over here.
The empty space? Well, I couldn't see here.
My God. Oh, yeah, I moved the phone. Oh, you're right. I didn't want to splatter my phone that badly. This space over here, It just feels like some of Jorge Zafino would have drawn. And I'm like, oh, I like Jorge.
Yeah, the lines around the mouth and everything. And then that are really cool. How it's kind of, that's a little bit out of the shadow. Rob's asking, does that mean the unidentified woman is Rosemary?
Oh, that's a good catch.
Okay. Well played, Rob. Well played.
A little bit more noise everywhere. I'm gonna let it dry a bit and then go back and fix all the shit. There we go, a little bit more aggressive here in this stream here.
So, Bob, you haven't talked much tonight. What do you got going on right now, man? Are you doing any projects or getting ready for cons?
Yeah, just getting ready for the con season and putting the finishing touches together on Good Boy Pause. I got the
nice.
All the word bubbles and all that finally done. I gotta go back through and make little changes for consistency here and there. But the last time I tried to open everything up, my hard drive was giving me a great deal of trouble. So I decided to back off for a second, lest I screw it up entirely. There's nothing more terrifying.
Please tell me you have a backup.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I say, please tell me you have a backup.
So that's the weird part. It's on the backup hard drive that was giving me the problem. And so I just had to restart it a bunch of times. It took me 2 or 3 times restarting it, and I wouldn't be able to save at first, and then I would restart it again, and then I wouldn't be able to save. So I tried it one more time, and then I wouldn't be able to even open the files. So I said, okay, I'm backing the fuck up because I don't think I can deal with the outcome if this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, luckily the next, like within 2 or 3 days, I went back to try it again, and everything was fine again. It was a really, really weird moment, and I was just not psyched.
Well, everything was fine at that moment. I would still suggest getting a backup just to be safe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got another external hard drive coming.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm over here about to start breathing into a paper bag for you. That is my nightmare.
Oh, same. And I've been working on this for a long time, and like to have all of it finally done, and then now I can't open it. It's like, oh, okay, you just decided to wait till right now. That's
So for the people like me who were late to the game on Good Boy Pause on the Kickstarter because didn't know about it at the time, will there be a way for us to get it once it's?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So the Kickstarter was to get, I think, something like 1,000 copies of it printed, including a few different variant covers from contributing artists. So yeah, like once we'll get everything to the Kickstarter backers, obviously they'll get the everything first, but then everything else will be bringing to conventions and shopping around to see if anybody wants to pick up this series and see where it goes.
Excellent. Well, when you have all the Kickstarter stuff fulfilled, feel free to bring it to the show and let us, the people here who may not have gotten on it, be able to buy some from you. Because
Yeah, man.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I would love that. I mean, happy to send it to you guys.
No. We will pay.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to.
I do.
And people wonder why artists are broke.
I know, right? See,
it's because we have zero skills monetarily.
Yeah, that is like one of the best reasons I'm happy you're here, Richard, is because you get it. Don't nothing for free, baby. I mean, discounts, sure, if you want.
It's not about nothing for free as much as like I used to do some video game stuff, and I was just telling a friend of mine about this weird. The art director wasn't able to make a meeting, and he asked me because I was like the senior freelancer on the project to just take notes in case they needed any assets changed as they went forward. And right in the middle of this meeting, the senior money guy was kind of saying, well, why don't we just get these artists over here to do it? And we can probably get them cheaper than the guys already working for us.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and honestly, every chance you can get to get an artist cheaper, you got to take it because they're kind of stupid. And I went, how stupid exactly do you think artists are? I mean, like if one was sitting in the room, would you say the same thing? He goes, oh, no, I never do that. I said, guess who I am?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, okay, so I shouldn't say no, never give it away or whatever, but it's the devaluing that I see happening too much in the industry that bothers me. It's like, no, guys, come on, because I don't make videos and animation for free. Oh yeah, I'll do it on the cheap for a friend, but I mean, because it's still time, and you guys are doing the same thing. So I can't abide by, someone doing a full book, taking all that time, and then them handing it to me for free. I'm like, no, I appreciate it, and I do, but I'm still gonna, give you some money for it. Hey,
I appreciate it.
Bob, while we're chatting here, you might want to check your phone. Or
My phone?
Your Surface. Sorry, your Surface.
What's going on with that?
Well, I'm seeing a 15% battery.
How does this happen? It's plugged in. Why does streaming eat up so much battery?
Well, I'll keep an eye on it. It may just be level at 15. Like it's steady at 15.
I think that might be the case because it looks like it's charging over here.
Okay, so it's just probably giving me just a, okay. I just caught my left eye going, oh shit, we're in yellow.
Well, I went from 70 to 44. It's a combination of things. You're shooting video, you're uploading, downloading video, and all those things. They burn juice, man.
That's a good point. Yeah. And this is only the second time I've ever done anything like this, so it's very new to me.
Yeah. So I'll send you links for good webcams. So,
oh, thanks.
yeah, and good and inexpensive, but they were That's honestly the route to go is that, because you can even plug it into a Surface and run it just fine, but yeah, and it won't eat nearly the battery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
Oh man, that looks so crazy.
I don't know. It looks like you missed the spot.
Absolutely still.
I missed the spot. What?
Yeah. I don't know. But no, it looks great.
Wow. That is
Let's get this tape off and see if it is. I should have done what Mike does and like taped off the edges.
Oh, it's all right.
Well, it's a little sloppy, but you know, hey, art.
Is that regular painter's tape or is that a special tape that isn't as
Yeah,
sticky
it's a
or-
painter's tape. If I'm really like if I'm masking off an area where I've already put down some ink, I'll roll it against my jeans or something, so it takes some of the stick off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I do the forehead trick.
Put a little oil on it. Yep.
Yep.
You get all your blackheads on the artboard.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was about to say you're cleaning your pores and protecting your art.
You get real DNA with my artwork, folks. Real, actual sebum on your page.
That's a good
Of
deal.
course, with me, since I'm it's after hours, it's not sebum.
Yeah,
It sounds a lot
I
like
was about
it.
to say that first syllable is right there. Chris Bernard said that Etrigan is next level, Richard.
The what's next level?
You're Etrigan.
Oh,
Etrigan.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bernard,
it's Mephisto / Etrigan.
Yes, that's true.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
We're looking at the mental state of the two. We're not seeing the physical forms. We're seeing the mental state.
Yeah.
Hope things are awesome in Saskatoon, Chris. If you're watching.
Oh, is that where Chris is from? Saskatoon?
Yeah.
I gotta get out there. That's one place Prince Edward
Oh, I
Island.
love
and
it
then
there,
Saskatoon.
man. I think it's great.
Oh, and Rob is saying that somewhere there's an army of Ruth clones in production. I'm seeing.
No, I think we all seen the Hobbit movies. We know what happens when you get that many dwarves.
No, see, I was going more with the Homer's magic hammock thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dolph.
So good.
That is one of my.
They throw them all down the hill. It's
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah, and of course, one of the clones actually survived. That's one of my favorite Treehouse of Horror ones.
Oh yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I should scan it.
Yeah, that would be. I would appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's to the limit.
So, for future, I send you a file at the size you need, and then it gets put in a book or something.
Yeah. So we do 2 books usually per season. Kind of like the best of stuff, and make sure every artist gets at least depending on how often they're on the show. But yeah, we collect it. It's 44 pages, and we do sketch covers, obviously, and then
Very cool.
yeah, and then we do one offshoot that a buddy of mine, artist Wesley Wong, who does for the Kiddies edition, where he does some type of kitty version of so we had Cosmic Kitties, which was a He-Man Skeletor thing with they were riding Baby Panther and Battle Cat.
It's excellent.
Yeah,
Wesley's a genius. Like his work
so
is
good.
fantastic.
The second one was Thundercats, and then this last one he did was Akira. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's so great.
yeah, and then we do so the original book is a white sketch cover, and then we do colored covers as stretch goals, and because we kind of hit a delay, we did both of them so that way. Yeah, we were Rob kind of figured out what we were doing, but we were heading towards doing it to where it would be the 4 Ninja Turtle bandana colors.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, so we have the orange, the blue, the red, and the purple now.
Pretty
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
the
yes,
Mexican
thank you, Rob. It was Rumble Kitties. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name I gave it for the Thundercats.
That's a Thunder Kid is.
Yeah, it was Rumble Kitties because I don't want to get sued.
Who does? Who does?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, Rob, I know you didn't get your orange. It's in the package. It's going to go out with the other ones. I didn't forget about you. What are you doing there with the
yeah,
tape?
sometimes I scan it
Oh.
and I realize, I got to fix something. But
Oh,
then
always, man.
after it's scanned.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you change it after you scan it, it's not going to, be
My scanner, which I'm replacing soon, but my scanner always gives me kind of a phantom blurry spot. And it won't necessarily be consistently the same spot on the scanner, but I'll just be getting in to start doing some separation before I start doing some serious coloring and flatting. And I'll get in and I'll be like, it'll be a cover or something too. It'll be one area that's like crucial, which somehow I didn't notice was blurry as fuck.
Oh.
And it's just like, God damn it, I got to rescan it, and it's a whole thing. Scanning is the worst part of the job, I think. Scanning and then flatting is probably the worst part of the job.
I just had to buy a new all-in-one.
Yeah. That's what I'll be getting. That one that you got, that's the one that I'm gonna try to get. I've only ever had all-in-ones. I've wanted to get a really good system, but I've never had something for years that would print the size that I want it to. I want to work larger than 11 by 17 if I can. I want to work like 13 by 19 or something like that, or whatever. But I want to see if I can find a printer that'll handle something like the paper I'm drawing on right now, which is like a Strathmore Bristol, but it's like, it's a decently thick Bristol. I'd like to see if I could get a sheet of 140 hot press through a printer. I used to be able to do that on my old Epson all the time, but that Epson only did like 8.5 by 11. I'd love to do some large format on 140 hot press. That would just be a dream come true.
The brother printer that I've been working with can handle that.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, and it's got an 11 by 17 scan bed as well.
Oh shit!
It might be might be a little bigger.
That might be the one that I had last time, and what I found was it was hit and miss. I could run my the Strathmore yellow sheets of Bristol board through it, but I couldn't run like 140-pound paper. It just wouldn't quite be able to make the turn on the rollers. It would almost do it, but I would sometimes pre-roll or pre-flex the paper. I'd kind of do like this kind of thing with it just to sort of get it to want to turn. And sometimes I'd get lucky, but man, it was always just hit and miss,
You had the one with the backloader?
No, mine was I don't think that one was a backloader. No,
because that's the only way I can get the heavier paper to go through mine is through the backloader.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, I wouldn't have to go over the rollers. Yeah.
It's like maybe a 30-degree angle, like a really, really gradual angle that it goes through.
Interesting.
The last brother printer I had, that's how you had to do it, was backloading, because you can't. Yeah. It won't roll over. Yeah, it won't go over.
Okay, I'm not sure if this one does backload. I have to check and see.
Okay, so the one I got has 2 cartridge trays, like for standard printer paper, and it does have the backloading paper tray, and that's where I put the 11 by 17 when I print out my blue lines.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
And it goes through a lot easier than most other printers.
All right, and that's the Workforce one you got, right?
Yeah.
I'll be grabbing that one.
It doesn't go wider than 11.7.
Okay.
Because of the A3 in Europe.
Right.
But you'd have to buy a separate printer to go wider, like a 13 or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I thought I read that in the specs it said 13 by 19, but
maybe you're wrong. I could be wrong. I'm just honestly, most of my information on this printer is based on the one I bought 9 years ago.
Right. When you posted that you got that one, I kind of quickly checked the stats and the price, and I was like, I think I can do that. And then I was just the first thing I was looking for. Nowadays you have to search forever to find that most basic information, like how big is the paper you can use. I wish they'd let you do a test drive too, where you could, like, if your printer can print on this sheet of paper, then I will buy this printer today. But
that'd be awesome.
But if it can't,
Mike,
I'm gonna go home.
Mike, you and Erica come over for dinner.
All right.
Bring some paper.
All right.
And you can put it with my printer.
That sounds like a deal, man. That sounds awesome.
I think the skin turned out okay.
Dark Side's looking pretty good.
Oh, Dark Side.
He likes the night.
Excellent.
He likes
Dark-
the boogie.
Dark Side was thick.
Yeah.
Dark Side looking a little thick. I'm not sure what else to do with this. It needs something. It needs some color in that background area. Let's go with.
It needs Desaad on the turntables.
Yeah. DJ Desaad.
Yeah, Rob's saying he's kind of looking like he's getting down. Yeah, Rob, that is exactly what he's
Yep.
doing. Yeah.
He is getting down.
He is dancing.
It's tags. He's got the Beastie Boys going right now in his headset. He's
Oh no. That character has ABBA going in his
oh yeah, straight up.
it is Sony Walkman. Yeah.
Waterloo.
Yeah. That character
Oh, come on,
is
man. It's Dancing Queen.
Yeah, I was about to say we all know what it is. Be right back.
It's the Apocalyptian National Dance. Put you in a trance. So what do you guys think of the James Gunn announcements of all the DC stuff? Did that any of that grab you?
What do you mean?
I'm all for good entertainment, and DC. I gotta say, from having had to deal with Warner Brothers over the years on like when I was doing like concept art work and stuff like that, they were a pit of vipers, always fighting for credit for anything that looked like it was going to be good, or get a piece of something that was going to make money. And the smartest thing they ever did was essentially put Peter Gunn and Fabian or Safian.
Not sure.
Yeah, putting them in charge and giving them essentially autonomous control here.
I thought there were some interesting announcements that came out of it. I don't know. The one that keeps on I keep going back to is Booster Gold. I feel like that has so much incredible potential. Because even if the show was just Booster going back in time to hang out with Ted Kord, before Ted gets murdered, like just some cool old stuff like that would be so awesome. It would be such a gift if it was done well, because I love that character and I love the fun you can have with a character like that. Yeah. And the Authority could be interesting too. I never read any of the Authority DC, like the New 52 stuff. I only read the Authority when it was Wildstorm and like the Warren Ellis, Brian Hitch stuff, and then the Frank Quitely artwork that was so different but so cool for that book. I love that comic, and I don't know. I didn't read any of the new DC stuff. I'm assuming they're going to be pulling from the New 52 Authority material. I don't know, but that looks like it could be a good one as well. And then Swamp Thing, of course. I was excited to hear that they're going to actually do a film. I'd love it if they got Derek Mears back to play Swamp Thing because I thought he did that
so good,
so well, and he was so happy in that role. He's just such a lovely guy, and he was just so thrilled to be playing that character. Love to see him get to keep on doing it.
All right, gentlemen, we are getting close to the end here. So, Richard, as the new guy here, where can people follow you that they're not already following you?
Which one's the new guy?
That's you.
You. I'm sorry. I said Richard as the new guy.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Richard. Sorry, man. Honestly, the best place to follow me is on Instagram, Richard_Pace. Or if they want to directly support me and see stuff that I can't post on Instagram, it's Richard Pace on Patreon.
Oh, cool.
Let me just actually, it scans, so I can take it off the scan band and put this back here so it's not looking at blank paper with a vanishing point. So those are the two best places to find me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I guess a big quick question before. So I understand there's auctions after this.
Yeah. So
is that coordinated or do we run that?
I mean, I coordinate them, but
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you choose to do it on your own, that's cool too. I mean, I'm sure you'll break only so many hearts.
No, I'm in this for the group thing.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So what we do is that, pardon me, I give everybody Sunday to finish up the work, and then Monday night we start the auction, and it runs for 48 hours. So Wednesday 8 p.m. is the end of the auction, and then the people who win the auctions just work directly with the artists. Because again, this is for you guys, and this is just fun for me. So, well, normally it's fun for me.
Ideally, it's fun for you.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that personally at all.
But yeah, then yep. So we do the auctions Monday through Wednesday, and then again, so we collect the art, put it into the book. So we got. And speaking of that, real quick, we'll just jump over again. We've got 46 hours left on the Kickstarter. Someone wants to be a hero or has a friend who wants to be a hero to get us that $4,100 mark. And that way we can give everybody in the auctions at $40 more the stickers and pins package. But don't anybody do anything out of their budget in order to do this. We're fun.
Yeah. We
do this, more or less just to share the art that you may not have been able to get during the auctions, but now you have a chance.
All right, I'm going to send you a JPEG, a crop JPEG of the image to the email that you gave me.
Okay. And do me a favor on that too. Write anything in the description. I should know, obviously size. I know it's 10x17, but the media you use, things like that. If there's anything I should know.
And your starting bid number that you'd like as well. Like what you'd like to start the bidding at, and sort of thing. That can be up to you.
Okay.
So yeah, so everybody, thank you for showing up tonight. I accidentally closed down my website or page. 1 second. So we will be back, of course, next week I forgot our first coaster night of 23. So I'll put the list up on the Facebook page. Everybody wants to sign up for a coaster. Put your name on the list. And we, like normal, we will do the random drawing throughout the show. Pair you up randomly with one of the artists, and you get to pick the image you want on the coaster. It should be a lot of fun, like normal. And we will be back in 2 weeks after that with the next TMNT night. Hopefully with a special announcement on that. So
yes.
So before I leave, I do want to throw out a special thanks to Nathan Duncan for helping last week when I couldn't cover. And going forward, he is actually going to be stepping in on one show a month to give me a break and co-host, or actually host, straight up host the show.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was happy to do it, and I was happy to allow him to do it too because I wanted a night off. So again, guys, thanks for showing up tonight. Bob, thank you for being here. Richard,
Thanks
great
for having me.
show here, man.
This was a blast.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So do I hold off posting this? I'm sorry to ask a whole bunch of questions
No.
at the end when everyone's saying goodbye. So should I just post it right away and find out where you are on Facebook and link you and all that stuff? Or
Yeah.
wait till you're posting.
Nope. You're more than welcome to post early. A lot of the artists do that. They post saying that things had fun and things getting sketches. What I drew. Auction will be starting Monday night, so you just do things like that. But yeah, you're more than welcome to post, and show off what you did. It's good stuff. You should show it off.
Very cool.
So,
All right. Okay, I'm gonna try it. So it's getting sketchy on Facebook.
things are getting sketchy.
Things are getting sketchy. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm slow. I'm an artist. I don't know shit.
Yeah, it's tags.
That's the way you immediately went. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm the guy that when the cheerleader goes, "I'm so fat." Yeah, you could lose a pound or two. I am not gonna. I'm not gonna shy away from self-deprecation. All right, guys. Everybody else, have a great night, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, guys.